it's a game, 'cause I got high hopes.
Hello, 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 and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday. And what's this? We have a guest. How's it going?
I'm here.
A
flannel brother.
I'm here.
Our flannel brethren.
When none of us are wearing flannels.
Yeah, I know. We really missed the boat
man,
here.
I
Kind of
know.
feel like that was
Really dropped the ball.
I'm
told
sorry.
not to wear a
So,
flannel.
for those who are listening to this sometime off in the future and you can't see, we have Dylan von Kleist here with us from none other than RUPES USA. Dylan,
everybody.
say hello.
Hello, everybody. Thank you for having
The
me.
man,
as
the myth,
usual.
the legend, the bearded
It
wonder.
feels like it's been far too long because it has been.
It has
far
been.
too long.
Like all of 2020, basically.
Pretty much, yeah. It's been awful.
And some people might say Morgan's looking a little different, right?
A lot more facial hair on Morgan since the last time.
That is frightening.
It's
Anthony,
horrifying.
do you think you could? I could trouble you for something.
What's that, Levi?
I'd like a Diet Pepsi from the New Air Pepsi throwback fridge.
Absolutely. It's fully stocked, mind you.
Fully stocked. That's right.
I'm enjoying regular.
Oh, regular.
myself.
Actually, you know what? I forgot we got zero sugar.
We do.
I think I want that little bump because it's the afternoon. You know,
Absolutely.
that little bump with the zero sugar
They should be nice and cold as they've been sitting here chilling
for a
little-
few
for a
hours.
few hours.
Wonderful.
Oh, very nice.
Enjoy
Much
that.
better than last week when they were
And I see
warm.
Dane is enjoying a Pepsi product as well. A
Dane,
Bang
Yeah,
Energy.
I've got myself. Is this a radical skedaddle?
That's the
Does
radical
it taste
skedaddle.
like it?
So
Oh, goodness.
it's a shocking flavor. I had it yesterday on the live.
Yeah, I hadn't
but,
had this before.
It kind of grows on you. You're kind of like, well, it's not too
I'm
bad.
not objecting to it. It is like a Skittle, I gotta
It's
say.
just that first initial sip.
But,
You're like,
yeah,
what did I do?
My system has
What
had
have
a
I
shock
done?
sent through it, so
Yeah.
we'll see how the rest of the show goes.
It's
It might get a
delicious,
little higher
sweet.
pitch, might talk a little faster. We'll
Feels
see.
good.
Get up
I'm
and run around
excited.
a little bit.
I'm
Yeah.
excited.
If you start breathing heavy, we'll let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
We'll note that.
Why are you so sweaty?
Let's see. Before we get into the questions,
that is
there
refreshing.
is there any housekeeping, anything like that we want to touch on before we get to all these comments and questions?
I'm going to say no.
no.
We don't have a lot of housekeeping.
No. Okay.
However, we do have one major item
Okay.
Okay.
that is TRCMA.
The
Oh, wow.
obvious
TRCMA.
gorilla in the
Wow.
room.
We've kind of given it its own little anagram name
Yeah.
or
It's
nomenclature.
the Rag Company Media
The
Access
Rag Company Media
show or
Access.
event.
Internally, but it's TRCMA.
Yeah.
And that is coming to you guys just kind of like this show. I mean, you're watching on YouTube, you're watching on Facebook, maybe watching it on Twitch. Dane
Yeah.
started a Twitch account for
Yeah,
this thing.
I felt like just opening us up, maybe we'll get some younger people coming in who maybe don't even notice that detailing is a thing. My hope was they'll just see something appear like streaming on Twitch and they go, wait, that's not, they're cleaning a car. What's going on here? Because I noticed they were doing just chatting and stuff like that. People are running podcasts on there now. So, hey, why not throw some detailing out there? See if anything clicks.
But the point is, Dane, you put those dates up.
Yeah.
People can go there and they can actually hit a reminder
Yes.
to remind them that it's going to go live because
Correct.
we got a lot of greats in the industry that are actually going to be coming to do this.
Yeah.
And
We got one right
Like
next to us.
who's going to be here?
I think, Dylan, you're going home for a week and then you're just coming back.
Coming right back. I might as well just stay in Boise.
Oh,
You
okay.
could.
Can I sleep in the podcast studio?
You might be able to. It's pretty nice.
you
I'm
can
sure
find
you
the
can lay
room.
on this.
You just have to curl
Yeah.
into the shape of the desk.
Live stream my sleeping? Anybody want to watch that? I don't think anybody wants to watch
I
that.
think people will watch that. I'm sure
creepy.
if we charge for it, they
Very
will
creepy.
pay for it. So, point is, make sure you guys set that up. Make sure you get on there. Hit that reminder button. If you haven't yet subscribed to the Rag Company YouTube channel, please do, so that you know what's going to be happening and that it's going to be on there.
There you
please go to it.
So,
Hit the
thank
D.
you for hitting all the points that I like to make. And it's true, guys. If you don't hit the set reminder thing, you won't be notified when those particular things go live. So, your only other clue is it happens 2 weeks from now.
Yeah.
It'll be going on. So, check it out. We put lots of information out there. You should be able to find what you're looking for and, join in when
gonna be
the live stream starts.
You guys like Wednesday?
Yeah.
With a little bit of Thursday mixed in?
This is Wednesday on
It's-
steroids. It's
It's
just
literally going to be Wednesday on steroids for 4 days.
Wednesday.
4 days.
In Boise, Idaho.
Different companies kicking butt, taking
Yeah.
names. It's going to be insane.
Monster trucks.
Yeah.
Truckosaurus. Lucha Libre wrestlers.
We're
I don't know if all that fits in
Dane
this
jumps
building.
through a hoop of fire.
we're
Fire.
gonna,
Fire.
we're gonna
Volunteer
sell
for
you the
that.
seat, but you're only going to need the edge.
That's good. That's
And on that
good.
note, how about I start some comments, some
man.
questions?
Oh, very
How
nice,
about
Alex.
that? Let's see what's going
Ooh,
on. All right.
Philip Van Boeven
Hello.
hanging down at the AMP. Very nice. So,
Yes.
Can Dylan speak about Uno Prime Plus Protect, specifically around it being a ceramic coating primer? Question mark. Oh, by the way, the Radical purchase is on Wifey Hold. Instead, I hope to race the U.S. Radical Series at AMP. Nice, Philip.
That's awesome.
Very nice. You know what you should do? Take your wife up to the Dahlonega Inn and Resort there. You know, rent up one of them cabins.
It's
Maybe
so
have her do
peaceful.
one of the spa days there.
My favorite wind
romantic.
chimes in the whole wide world.
Yeah.
Amazing wind
Maybe
chimes.
try
Do you
and
have a
help
favorite
with
wind
that.
chime? That's they don't.
Dane's favorite
Before
wind
I
chime.
went there, I didn't think I would ever say those words, but I swear they are my favorite wind chimes in the whole wide world.
Good to know.
They
True.
sound
It
amazing.
is true.
Yeah. So anyway, go ahead.
So, no, I can't speak on Uno Prime First Protect, product and development. We did show a little bit of a preview at SEMA last year, which would be almost a year ago now, right?
Yeah.
But we don't comment on products that are in development still. So tweaks, tests, things change. There's all kinds of fun stuff that would have been released at SEMA this year, but with no SEMA, we're sitting on them for a little bit longer.
Now, there is a thing called SEMA 360.
Yes.
Yep.
And that
That's
is
next week.
happening next week. Next Tuesday through Friday is SEMA 360.
Virtual event.
It's a virtual event, and I think those of you that are SEMA members, you do have to log in. You do have to pay a fee to get your badge, basically, which then allows you access to the SEMA 360. So, you know, for those of you that thought, hey, I can do this virtual SEMA, well, you still got to go through the same gatekeeping that you would if you were going to regular SEMA.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's still a trade industry only
Yeah, just
event, not
because it's
open to
on
the public.
the internet doesn't mean suddenly everybody gets to it. But I will say, hey, the week after that, are things
You get
free?
TR
You can check it out.
you get
You don't have to
TRCMA.
be in any special club,
right.
although I would recommend being in the Subscribe to the Rag Company
Ooh,
YouTube
Subscribe
channel
Club.
club. That would be cool. And the RUPES channel as well.
Yes, please.
So,
there you go.
absolutely. Moving on.
Philip's saying he's using a rented Radical from Primal located at AMP, part of their Downforce race series. One of the fun things about that Radical is
It's
Anthony,
radical.
you had fun in that car. Went fast. You couldn't believe it.
Yeah,
Dane actually had
true.
his internal organs shifted around.
Yeah.
Rearranges,
Literally
yeah.
needed
Yeah.
surgery.
He
Yeah.
needed surgery for them to put them back where they belong.
It was literally an open.
I was not home
It
for.
was.
I was home for less than like 2 or 3 days before it was like, oh no,
Yeah.
My insides aren't where they're supposed to be.
Basically, that's what happened.
disoriented. Yes.
The doctor cut him open, stuck his fingers in, and just kind of pushed and
Oh, boy.
poked some stuff back.
Okay.
Stood back up, said, all right, man, see you later.
Did
Hold
bud."
on, we're drinking delicious Pepsi products. Let's keep them in us, huh?
Delightful.
Okay. Grant Hawtree coming in.
Oh no.
Hope
No.
Anthony isn't
Womp,
in
womp,
charge
womp.
of lifting or helping with anything heavy after yesterday's
Grant, nobody was
fiasco.
supposed to see that. That was
That's
not
the beauty of live.
That
It
was-
happens,
hey,
unfortunate.
And in fairness, there is a label
Didn't
on
hurt the
that
wheel.
that says you're supposed to keep it level and flat. We were doing it purely for show, so that's our fault. That's not the rack's fault.
Yep.
So, any rate, moving on.
Alex Dewar, The Meme Master. Happy Thursday, TRC crew. Best day of the week. I loved the live yesterday. Keep it up. One of my favorite pictures of his what is
Lovely.
that? Some sort of Volkswagen on top of a gauntlet. Beautiful.
It's
and
wonderful
set up during the
Photoshop
sunset.
job.
I mean,
Beautiful.
what more
beautiful,
could you ask
beautiful.
for? All right, Ken Jeeper says he is not missing this one. Haha.
Thank you for joining us. And Dan Pfeiffer, of course.
Dropping that big old word up from Minneapolis,
Hey, hey.
Minnesota. Thanks TRC for another Q&A live.
I'm sure it's very cold right now.
Yeah.
Oh, there's Hans.
Oh, Hans.
Hans saying whoop whoop. What's up, dude? Carissa
And-
Thomas loved the live cast yesterday. It was the best part of my lunch.
Wonderful.
Carissa, we're thankful that we could be there for you to enjoy lunch with.
Yeah, if we
It's like
fit
we
in
were
at
all
lunch
having
or
lunch
whatever,
together,
that's
right?
cool.
It's
That's
true.
about.
Maybe you should have lunch during your live stream next time.
Oh,
We could do that.
a lunch stream.
A lunch
Okay.
stream.
Ken asking, I asked on the Wash Wednesday vid, what is a good dilution ratio for GSF in the IK9? Anthony, go.
I probably 34 to 1. I mean, so you're looking at 4 ounces probably of the product. Yeah, 4 ounces.
Nice.
Okay. Then we've got Carissa again here saying, I was detailing a car to sell, O&R, and bead maker. Before I finished, someone bought it. Thanks.
Thanks.
Wow. Maybe it was good luck. Maybe that's why
Hopefully
they
it was
bought
because
it.
of your detail.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
obviously that should be
Yep.
the reason. All
Car
right.
detailing by Pat Inc. Thanks for a great show. Thanks,
Thank
Pat.
you, Pat.
Appreciate you being here for you. All right, Tug Baker, Scooby-Doo-Ba-Doo, where are you? I'm watching the live Q&A while running my laser.
Okay.
It's got lasers?
Yeah.
Laser.
And our homeboy
BJ
BJ Slinger, dilute the iron remover.
Okay.
Okay.
Sound advice.
Thanks, BJ.
Okay. Here
Oh,
you go.
and then he goes, do you use iron remover on a car while wet or dry? I do either one. Depends on the car. Depends on what it looks like.
Yeah.
You know, obviously like a big service truck that's white, you know, like a power or water or one of those service vehicles that's white, has a lot of deposits on it.
Yeah.
You can spray it on dry. It's not going to hurt it.
Yeah.
On, let's say Dane brings in the Jag or Anthony brings in his Evo or Dylan brings his new truck. Well, I might want to dilute it because it can't have that much.
You don't need all the
contamination.
power of it.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
All right. We'll let Dylan have this one. I think I know the answer.
Scott Weaver. When's the Mark IV coming out?
I don't know. Scott, tell me, when is it coming out? No, we don't comment on stuff that's in process, but there's always things being worked on. There's never
The Mark III has been out not that long.
not that long, but I always tell people the second we release a new product, the replacement for that product is already in development.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's
You're
a
thinking 2 steps ahead.
It is very, 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 very complicated to develop a lot of these products. So, and we don't want to release anything until it's ready. So, considering it's a multi-year development time,
That's only fair.
it's in development now. I can tell you that much.
There you go. Nice.
And Umberto here saying, oh no, Morgan facelift. And Hans. Go
Hans
ahead.
says, I guess the rest missed the company email about flannel.
I checked
So,
my rag
I
company
got mine at
email.
my desk.
Yeah.
Anthony did wear his flannel.
I did.
Could have been
I've been
almost
wearing
matchy
flannels
matchy.
all week, and today, for some reason, I just wanted to put on a hoodie, and I forgot to grab a
I
flannel.
know. I felt like wearing this hoodie just,
So, it's-
just because.
You get mad at Dane and I, okay, Hans?
Yeah.
Go
I'm a
get Anthony.
Thoroughgood in the backseat of the Jag, though. It is there.
Oh,
Stop
So,
the
I
whole,
guess-
stop the
I
whole
know,
thing now so
right?
you can go get it.
Dane, go
Yeah.
get it. Anthony, go get yours. I will be the odd man out.
Well, in
So-
the meantime, Umberto, again,
Yes, Diet Pepsi. You're right, Umberto. Only the finest.
of course. And Fletcher.
WMD reporting for TRC Q&A. Thanks for having us, guys. So, Fletcher's detail shop acronym is WMD.
Class all the
Pretty
way.
dope, right? All right. Future Prison says, hello. What's up,
Hello.
dude? How are
Hello,
you, man?
hello.
Umberto
back again.
Anthony needs a new drooling tool after the MR2.
That was a very
Did
cool
you drool
car.
a lot?
I think I was drooling a little bit. Like I had to kind of like,
Oh, yeah.
Just
sorry.
cup your face.
In case you guys are
Sorry.
wondering, Umberto's
Yeah.
talking about the new
We are a towel company.
the new Wash Wednesday episode that dropped with Brent's MR2.
Yeah.
It was a pretty sick
Yeah.
car.
Yeah.
So if you haven't watched that yet, go check that out.
Wheels
It's worth it.
86,
Wheels
is
86.
actually
Yes.
often within this chat.
Yeah,
He
he's
shows up
normally
here
one
ever
of our
since he
chat
came on the
He's
show.
a fan of the Q&A,
Yeah,
so he does like
started
to watch.
watching. All right, we got George.
Any window cleaner in gallon size? Any recommendations? You can pick up. I don't know if we carry it in gallons, but We've got the G-Technic glass cleaner.
Yeah, I would say it depends on how dirty the windows you're cleaning
Yeah.
are. I
Glass
mean, there's
cleaner
different
The
levels.
glass cleaner is one of those things that you, unless you're a shop, you're not going through it that
No.
fast.
No.
Gallons is kind of a
Honestly, if you're looking for the cheapest way to go, just grab yourself a bottle of O&R.
That's what I was kind of
I
saying
mean,
about
one of
those.
the 8-ounce
Yeah.
bottles will make you 8 gallons of.
If you're just cleaning regular dirty windows, that's enough to do the trick. If you're going more
Yeah, actually,
hardcore than
like
that,
16 gallons of
yeah,
window cleaner if you buy a little 8-ounce bottle of O&R.
then you can move up to the G-Technic stuff if you need something a little
Or,
stronger.
hey, we've got the Wowo's glass
Yes,
cleaner,
Wowo's
and
glass
we've
cleaner
got
cuts.
the Koch Chemi glass cleaner. Now neither of those are in gallon sizes.
No,
But hey, like we said, you shouldn't be going
you
through
don't
that
necessarily need that much unless you do.
much. Yeah.
Couldn't speak for you.
Han says, Dylan has booked a week at the MOSHQ.
if you can't tell, I look very relaxed.
Oh,
There's
yeah.
this level of enlightenment. I think I have a nice glow to me. The amount of excellence I've absorbed.
Well,
I
one
mean,
of
that
the
might
great
just be the
things-
studio lights on your head. But
That
Yeah.
could be it too. That's
One of the
also
great
a high
things about the
possibility.
MOSHQ, Dylan, is the number of amenities available.
Yes.
Unlike any other hotel, you
It's
would
the
find.
only reason I travel to Boise at all.
That's right. That's
Oh,
right.
man. Oh, our good friend of the show.
Bait addict.
Bait addict.
Say
What's
what's up.
What's up?
What's
All
up, bro?
right. Christopher Beard. Happy Thursday, everyone. Dylan, it was a pleasure being able to speak with you the other day on LinkedIn about wholesale auction.
Wow.
My girlfriend and I made an offer on our first home, and it was accepted.
Congratulations.
Yeah,
That's
Christopher
awesome.
Beard. This guy went from applying for a job, hey guys, applying for a job,
Yeah.
to, hey guys, got that job. Hey guys, got a management position in that job.
Yeah.
Hey guys, just bought a new car. Hey
Yeah.
guys, look at this, buying a home.
That's
Wow.
awesome.
Very nice. It's fun.
Bought everything but the girlfriend.
Bought everything but the girlfriend. So,
Oh, boy.
Christopher, next step, put a ring on it, homie.
Oh, man.
It's
And
funny
then
because
let us know that you did that.
Yeah.
because I
that's
actually did
awesome.
reach out to him on LinkedIn. I saw that he works for a virtual auction company. I had questions. I wanted to know what the level of interest in appearance was. Do they do
Yeah.
any recondition on those cars? And no better person to ask than somebody who works in that industry. Just curious for my
Absolutely.
own education.
Yeah.
And, we shared a couple of messages. Very helpful. Thank you for that, Christopher. You're awesome.
That's super cool. And then we've got Bait Addict here again, Baiters Anonymous, and Dylan Von Bait. Thank you. Ryan Suderman, Levi.
Hello, guys. Watching from Garden City, Kansas.
Wow, we
Not
have-
to be
that sounds
confused with
familiar.
Garden City, Idaho,
Yeah.
which is across the street.
It's literally right there. You know that junkyard we
Literally
go
across
to?
the
It's
street.
in it.
Yeah. You
Yeah.
cross State Street and you're in Garden City.
Beautiful city.
Had me shop in Garden City.
It was
As
yeah,
Scoop
beautiful.
Master, better known as Scoop Master here on the
Hector,
show.
what's up, dude?
Hi to all. When I buy Rupes yellow pads, they are stiff. They lose stiffness with time. How can this affect the performance of it? Do they still work even if they feel much softer?
It shouldn't feel much softer.
I'm wondering how dramatic it
Yeah,
is.
I think it would be a degree thing. Now, they're going to soften up just because after use, cell structure starts to break down and foam over time a little bit every time you use them. A new pad is always going to feel different than a pad that's been used a couple dozen times. If it's getting so soft that it's completely spongy, almost like it's hollow, we've seen some instances where people are a little bit heavy-handed with the pressure, and you can almost hollow out the inside. The inside becomes completely chewed away, and the outside looks normal. So it's almost like a invisible donut on the inside. But if it's just softer, no dramatic change in performance. If it's like become a marshmallow and it doesn't have any real form or shape to it, then yeah, that's a problem. And get in touch with us. Go to the rupes.com page, hit contact us, send us an email, and we can get some more specifics, including pictures and stuff from you, and maybe give you some advice if it is a problem.
No, perfect
Scoop
way to go.
Masters in Puerto Rico.
Yeah.
Puerto Rico, eh?
Big fan always around here, which is great. Then we got Humberto coming back again. By the way, even my oldest son loved the skull shirt. He was highly impressed with the softness and how cool it looks.
Yeah.
Kudos.
Wow.
That's right.
That's awesome.
Getting
That's a
those
pretty cool
points
shirt.
from the kids.
Well, if they like it, then it must be cool.
Well,
so.
I'm
We're doing it for the kids, right?
Yeah.
I made small shirts for my kids and
Yeah.
Josh's kids with just the front logo because
Oh.
it's big enough on the chest.
Yeah.
So Augie was going to wear that today to school. He was
Okay.
very excited. He's like, ran.
He's right, though. They're really
So-
soft. Like, the shirt material is really nice on those. And then we got Bait Addict here again. Anthony, why don't you get this one?
I got it, Dane. A vehicle I did crystal sealant. I did a crystal sealant application on is sheeting quite slowly after a month. Is crystal sealant more of a sheeter or a beater? Get it? I think that's funny. I haven't applied it to any of my vehicles as they are coated. So it kind of just depends, man. I mean, so I've had it to where Crystal sealant was absolutely sheeting. It kind of just depends on the how you're laying down the water, really. But I mean, I would say that I got, I don't know, when did I apply it on the Civic? I'd probably say I got an easy solid beating for 6 to 8 months. And then it kind of started slowing down towards the end here.
But all you did was you did a decon or something, and it came back.
Yeah.
It acts. You got to remember, crystal sealant acts kind of like a coating. And so it's
and
the
Beta Addict's always in the weirdest conditions I've ever experienced in my life.
He seems to have the most challenging.
He's like, there's a hurricane, here. I'm like, I don't think there's hurricanes where you're at. He's like, there's a tornado. No, there's a typhoon. What? A monsoon now? So Beta maybe try claying that area. Maybe
British
try
Columbia, you can't.
You can't completely judge something based on water behavior. It's like indicator, but sometimes that coating or whatever product can have something on top of it that's interfering with the water behavior.
Well, it's like,
and once you've cleaned that off, then it goes back to doing what it was doing before.
Well, it's like it's very funny because I used to have people who would get their cars coated, they wouldn't wash them, and they'd be like, "I don't think it's sticking." And I go, "What do you mean?" They go, "Boy, I sprayed it with a hose the other day, or I drove through some rain the other day, and I noticed that the water on the sides, like below the door handle, was kind of sticking to the side, but on the top it was like just not sticking on there. It was like blowing right off." And I said, "Well, the car's dirty.
Mm-hmm.
It's just dirty on the side." And they go, "What?" And then you would show them a very easy cleaning process where you just clean the dirt off and you get it wet again. And they're like, "Whoa, that's really sheeting." Now, I'm not saying Beta Addict's doing that.
No.
I'm just saying that dirt will contaminate a coating to where water won't stick because it's sitting on top of the dirt when it gets that much ability.
Yeah.
So regardless, through environmental stuff, it's still going to get clogged in some
Before
way,
anything
shape, or
else,
form.
just do a quick wash.
Yeah.
See how it behaves after that.
Yep.
You're not going to be able to get it off for, with just like a degreaser or an all-purpose cleaner or something. So feel free to try and decontaminate
Use something
the
a little more
crystal
aggressive
sealant
than regular.
because you're not going to hurt it.
No, crystal sealant will hold up to it.
I mean, I ran it through a car
lot.
wash 10 times and I still had to scrape it off my
still
glass.
going. Yeah.
Sounds like
So-
a new
Yeah, it's
finish
pretty
commercial.
Well, I left a high spot on purpose, and then I ran it through the car wash before I
just
wrapped
wanted
the
to see.
Suburban just
See
to
what it
see
would
if
do.
I could get it off.
Yeah.
And it didn't come off.
Man.
I literally had to razor blade it. That was just one high spot.
Yeah.
So.
No, we got Hans next here. All
What
right.
is in the Uno that makes it so great with any pad? Please tell me about how it's made. Currently, I own 3 big bottles.
It's made with genuine Sasquatch saliva.
You can only
up.
get in the
Hard
mountains
to
of
get.
Colorado.
Yeah,
hard
very
to
hard.
get,
You
hard
could
to get.
Isn't that
have
an
no
endangered
idea
species?
Well, yeah, no, but we breed Bigfoots, so they're farm raised, not wild. They're not perfectly safe to be around. Not like the
Hold
wild
on. Is
ones.
this cage free?
Yes, it's cage free.
Oh, okay.
Free range Sasquatch.
Okay.
Yes,
Free
not
range
behind.
Sasquatch.
Yeah,
That's nice.
no, we can't disclose it, but yes, you're right. It does work pretty well with everything. We just literally just shot a video on doing it with different pads, and kind of the video summed that up nicely, which basically worked really well with everything.
I continue to be amazed by what you can get away with in Colorado. All right.
We'll legalize anything out there.
Sasquatch. All right. Next up, we've got BC.
Question for each of you. Being a younger guy like myself, what's one piece of advice you wish you could tell your younger self? Business, detailing, or just life related?
I feel like you should both weigh in on this.
Younger
one.
me would have needed a lot more than one piece of advice.
Yeah, man. I got so like now I'd probably wish when I was younger I cared more about like fitness, physical fitness.
That's a good one.
Because at 40 now, I'm like, and just the amount of work I've done over the last few years, like I'm falling apart. I wish I would have worked on that a little harder, or at least saw like, hey, look, man, if you don't do this, you're gonna be hurting longer.
You wind up like this, or
Like-
you wind up with like really
Right.
painful, knuckles and joints and
Yeah,
everything.
it's
and-
like, so I wish I would have taken and made myself a little stronger when I was younger. The other piece of advice, learn about money.
Yeah, they don't teach that in school.
They don't teach it in school.
how to exercise restraint.
No, how to actually use money.
Manage
Well-
and use it. Balance a checkbook.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because
Finances.
like,
How does savings work?
so you got to remember, like, and I'll just digress this way. When I was growing up, my dad said, I don't want you applying for anything. I don't want you getting any credit cards. I'm not co-signing on the loan.
If we're talking that
No,
subject,
but I'm just-
that's a
but-
whole.
No, I'm just
ball
saying,
of
like,
wax,
that's
yeah.
one thing. So he just said, I'm not going to co-sign for you. I'm not going to do any of this. I'm not going to, like, don't take out loans. Like, I want to protect your credit.
Except
Well, at the time, my dad was
work that way.
short-sighted in it. So when I got married, me and my wife were looking at buying a house a couple years after being married. We went and got a credit check done, and I had a 0 credit score.
Oh, good.
A legitimate 0 credit score. It
As
didn't
you do.
exist.
Did you know? Yeah, no credit.
That
yet.
exists. That's a
My
thing.
wife had, bad credit because she was on the opposite side. She applied for stuff because no one told her not to.
Yeah.
Right? So we both kind of looked and we're
Yikes.
like, "Whoa." So we tried to work at it. And it wasn't until I got in my shop where it was like, I started going, oh, wait, I can do that. And I had people who were richer than me who knew how to handle their money better explain, like, oh, you could do this or you can do that. And I go, wait, really? Are you sure? So don't just ask your peers.
Mm-hmm.
Ask someone who's actually got money. Sit down with actual, like, someone who does this for a living, or find somebody, if there's a customer that you have that excuse me. I haven't done that in a while. If there's a customer that you have that does something financially or is savvy, ask them. Talk to them. See if they can sit down and talk with you and figure it out. Because, I look at, there's a younger couple who live down the street from us, right? We've known them for a long time.
Mm-hmm.
And my wife and I joked the other day, well, not the other day, but few years ago, they were like, man, did you see they kind of got they're kind of one of those weird couples that like they're too frugal, like they're too into
Two penny pension.
they're
yeah.
too into
So,
penny
like,
pitching.
if you could do, here's the normal, like,
No.
inexpensive thing you could do. They go 2 steps cheaper than that.
kind of, but they were like into ways of saving money.
So
Like
it's
they
this,
found these
extreme couponing
Right.
kind of thing, where
Kind
you spend
of.
so much time looking for the coupons that it
Not-
totally washes
no,
away any
no.
of the actual savings you would have
No,
gotten.
that's not exact.
Oh,
no,
okay.
they were
Different
looking
kind.
at ways of how to save money, but it was like different ways to, like, we're going to put this much money in here, we're going to put money here, we're going to put money here, and all this is going to build up. At one point we're going to have all this savings. And I was always like, well, that's kind of overkill. Fast forward to now, today, they own 6 of the houses between my house and their house, and they're all rental properties.
They were thinking ahead.
Somebody
Right?
must have gave them the advice that
Yeah.
we
That
did.
advice
Yep.
that I was kind of poo-pooing
Yeah.
was probably what led to that growth for themselves.
Yeah.
Now, whatever, I was that kid going, yeah, okay, guys, that's yeah, whatever. But I look back at 40 and go, dang it,
Well,
zut de Lars.
it's usually not too late to at least do some attempts to rearrange things if you can.
Yeah,
So
I mean,
there's still hope.
but it's money and.
Yeah. But
Physique.
younger you would have benefited.
What about
from
you
that,
guys?
surely.
Sorry to take so
Yeah,
long
no,
on that.
go for it.
Mine's a simple one: patience.
Mm.
And it ties into that too, because I didn't have the patience to save as a kid, and I was I wanted that car or that truck and
Yeah.
finance it for a ridiculous interest rate because I do stupid things as a kid.
30%.
But I'm far more patient now. More patient because of my kids, because you have to be
Mm-hmm.
patient, which has taught me patience in everything. I think if I had been more patient in my younger years, I would have reaped that benefit today.
Yeah.
Don't expect instant. Everybody, we live in a world where everybody thinks it's like, I want instant gratification. I want it now, better, faster. It's the Amazon culture of the world, right?
Sure.
Get it to me in 2 days, as cheap as possible, and it has to be perfect.
Right.
I don't want much. I just want all those things to happen
Right.
every time, that's where I wish I'd had patience in my younger years to either save or to just stick with things longer. I gave up on things too easy. It was the instant gratification. So, patience. That's my piece of advice. Have more patience.
Oh,
There you go.
Wonderful.
Dane?
I mean, I was going to leave it to you guys because you're older than us, so you have more to speak from. But for us, it is the same thing, like the credit building stuff like that. It really goes a long way towards helping you in the long run. If you start that stuff earlier, it's just exponential in terms of how big the benefit will be for you.
Mm-hmm.
If you wait until later, you don't get those exponential benefits. But if you're just starting out, yeah, I mean, be smart with your money. That'll handle a lot of the other problems that people often run into.
Nice.
Yeah, and patience, once again. I mean, I'm just echoing what they've already said, but those 2 things alone will transform
Because
a
we are
lot.
old and wise.
We have
That'll
gray
transform
hairs.
a lot of the issues. You hear other people who seem to always have issues, like you can track it back to a couple of those things pretty easily in most cases.
Mm-hmm.
So what about you, Anthony?
Yeah, man, I'm probably gonna be on the same page as everybody else in terms of just probably making better. It wasn't that I made like a lot of bad financial decisions. It's just that I basically, how do I say this? There was the obvious things I should have done that I knew I should have done, at a younger age. Like when, for example, my parents were like, "Hey, we're just getting out of this recession. You should probably go buy a house right now because you could buy a house for like $80,000, right?"
Like
That's
Dane
what I
did.
did.
And everybody was like, "Hey, I just bought this house for $80,000." I'm like, "No way, that's pretty great, right?" Or another guy, right? "I just bought this house for this much," and I'm like, "Wow, these are really nice homes." And a lot of foreclosures, a lot of things like that, right? And people are just swooping them up. And my parents like, "You really should. You have a job now. You should totally do this, and you're gonna never regret it, right?" And I was like, "Yeah, but I would much rather have an Evo." And so I'm gonna go buy one of those instead. But I can put it in my house that I'm renting for super cheap though. And they're like, "You could buy a house and your mortgage will be less than your rent would be."
And
I'm
you
like,
could rent it to your roommate that you still have.
yeah. And then I'm like, "Oh, but I won't be able to buy my dream home. So there's just not the point. I'm just gonna buy my Evo, right?" Horrible decision. That was literally the stupidest thing.
You can't live in an Evo?
That was literally the stupidest thing I've ever done in my life. I should have either completely scrapped the idea of having a cool car and just bought the house, right? Or I should have figured out a way to make both work.
Yeah.
And actually listen to some people that were trying to give me advice because at this point, right, I would have like.
You could have
on the
two
market
Evos.
now. I could have had oh my god, I could have had like 10 of them. Right? So that's where I kind of wish I could have. Yeah, but you can't. You have to learn from those
Yeah.
experiences too.
Right.
So it's kind of hard.
And I do think it's okay if you make bad decisions and you learn from them. That tends to reinforce when you change things around. You're more firm in your, it's more steadfast in how you actually go forward from there, and you'll stick to those principles more because you know what happens when you don't.
Yeah,
Right.
don't
And
keep
I think
making the same mistake.
that's a big
yeah.
thing. So I don't want to make people feel like punished because they made a mistake and now they're getting scolded for it. It's like, no, just learn from it. That's the best thing you can do. Don't keep making the same ones.
Yeah. Also, I want to apologize if I seem pretty out of it right now. The 3 hours of sleep I got last night starting to kick in, right?
You should have some of this
Care for
bang.
some that I didn't pour into my
do not
cup.
care for that.
You know what you should do? Move over to a one of these bad boys.
Ooh, yeah.
A little higher
yeah.
caffeine
I think I
content.
might, or maybe I'll Mountain Dew, Diet Mountain Dew.
There you go.
Or something like that. But
So, moving
definitely
down the
feeling
line
it.
here, we've got
Bait
Bait Addict.
It says, what was Quick Detailer or G-Tech? What was plays well with CSL and XO?
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
it does. Both of
Yep.
them play well.
Yeah,
With CSL and XO.
honestly, yeah, and so does G-Tech. I mean, both of them are great products. So I say
Yeah.
either one, whatever floats your boat.
All right, Scoop Master. If you use X polish that dusts very little and then suddenly becomes a dusty evil, what could that be? Humidity or heat in the weather? Bad way to wash the pads?
Oh, so many causes.
Lots of
We have a video actually on our YouTube channel that explains cycle time, and that's one of the big ones. Honestly, cycle time is a variable in every polish or compound. It can be long, it can be short, or anywhere in between. If you take a compound that's designed to be a short cycle and you overcycle it, so you work it too long, once the chemistry in that breaks down, it instantly turns to dust. So a perfect example is our previous generation of polishes. There was a blue, it was Zephyr. It was a short cycle. It wouldn't dust as long as you kept it within the short. It was meant to be used as a short cycle. I mean, super short cycle.
Yeah.
But the tendency for more people is to long cycle. People like to long cycle, even though it's kind of counterintuitive. I want to go faster, so I'm going to work this thing longer. Doesn't make sense, but
Yeah.
I digress. If you overworked it, it would dust like crazy. So that's usually it. It's usually a short cycle compound being overcycled, or the compound is getting too hot, you're using too much, you're not cleaning the
It's
pad. There's all these
clogging
things
up.
that contribute to it, but the most common one I see is overcycling. So if you start seeing dusting, kind of keep track in your head of when that's happening in the application. If it's 30 seconds in, however long, try running it shorter than that. Clean the pad out, start with a fresh application, and run for less time, and you might actually see that dusting issue go away.
Yeah.
Excellent
There you go.
advice.
Curtis
Curtis.
Fitzgerald from Facebook. Hey guys, I have a ceramic coating job this weekend. Can you tell me the correct steps just to make sure? Because I'll be doing a 2020 Chevy Equinox Blacks. Well, Curtis, I don't know exactly what all you're trying to do. So I need to know type of coating you're using. I need to know the type of products you're going to be using. I need to know all that. But general information, maybe just a primer polish or polish step, a alcohol or
Prep
paint
wipe.
prep wipe down, then apply the coating, then use go panel by panel and use a couple towels to level the coating, and then one final towel to make sure everything's wiped up before you start on the next piece.
Yeah, that process can be dramatically impacted by the type of product. There's
Yeah.
certain products.
Not all coatings are created equally.
No,
so-
some are very easy to apply. Some are very hard to apply.
Yeah.
So.
True.
Also, where are you at and where are you installing this at? Because humidity could play a big key.
Also
Or even
true.
what the customer's expectation is.
That too.
And that's probably the biggest one
The
right
biggest
there.
one,
What
yeah.
does
What
the
is-
customer
Yeah.
expect?
Yeah. What have you told the customer they're going to get on that 2020 Equinox?
All right. Next up, we've got Functional Doc.
What's up, Dean? All right. Went to a drifting event over the weekend and got a ride in a Mustang GT, and that will move your internal organs around. I got my IK sprayer in a mystery box, and FYI, the Presol sprayers fit the bottle.
Uh-huh.
Nice.
All
there you go,
right.
man.
And
Enjoy.
we've got Johnny.
Johnny Littlehammer. Hello from Copenhagen. How do you
Hello.
guys clean Rupes wool pads if you use a Rupes all-in-one polish?
So if you've got Uno Protect in a wool pad, the best thing you can do is don't let it dry in the pad, because again, it has a sealant in it. So once that sealant sets up, it cross-links, so the particles are weaving themselves together to form a shell. Once that happens, it becomes very hard to get out of the pad,
Yeah.
and you've got to brush it out and wash it and brush it out and wash it. So the best thing you can do, keep a bucket of water nearby if you're going to be using more than one pad. When you're done with that pad for the day, blow it out with compressed air, vacuum it, agitate it, and then submerge it in the bucket and leave it sitting face down, or put something on top of it to hold it under. Keep it wet until you're ready to fully clean it. Then the stuff never sets up. Water will stop the polymer from cross-linking. Then you can clean it out very easily. But if you set it on a cart and go have lunch and then come back and it's completely cured, it's going to be a fight to get it out of it. It will come out eventually, but you're going to have to do multiple cleanings to get it all out.
Makes
Speaks to the
sense.
durability of the
Yeah.
sealant.
Hey,
right.
it's working.
Yeah.
We got Bait Addict again here.
So, DA Fine can be used as a one-step or finish out to a last-step polish ready in a lot of cases, or is pure used often?
So there's confusion around this. So it really depends on the paint you're on and the level of expectation for result. We've got coarse and we've got fine on the table in front of us, and then pure would be the white. That's not to say that you should do all three. You really shouldn't ever do all three. Pure is going to be for really ultra fine finishing. So if you've already done a more aggressive step and you only need slight refinement, or if the paint's real soft and haze prone, you need something very soft to get, or delicate to get to it to the level you want, then you use pure. If it's a medium to hard paint, DA Fine is going to finish out more than good enough in most cases.
Yeah.
So it's kind of an either or. It depends more on the paint that you're on and the level of result you're looking for.
There you go.
Interesting.
And we got Steven here. Oh, if it'll show up. There we go.
Good morning from Geelong, Australia.
Cool.
It's a nice,
Wow.
happy Friday morning to you, man.
I really enjoy seeing our international audience. We
know.
always seem to have
This is
folks
all-
from
it's one of
all
our
over,
favorites.
so it's really cool to see. Thanks, guys.
Oh, my man, Curly Wolf. Team TRC, best media in all of car detailing. You guys dominate. Thank
You're
you,
too
Curly
kind.
Wolf. Appreciate it.
Much love. All right.
Han says, so the Mark IV has a battery? Whoa.
It's nuclear powered.
Yeah, whoa. Really, really stepping up the game. All right,
Plutonium?
Colby.
What is that? Was it
Colby
radioactive?
Garbutt.
It's
Runs on
glowing.
unobtainium.
Yeah. Got in my rag bag yesterday and was greatly pleased with the products for the value. Thanks again for the great content.
Heck
Thanks,
yeah,
Colby.
Thank you, man.
Congrats.
And once again, our international audience strikes again.
Wim Gruffles. Hi from Belgium, Brussels. Hello,
Super
Wim.
cool.
They're everywhere today,
Yeah.
aren't they?
And BJ Slinger dropping that
Whoa.
super chat. 1371.
Whoa. Thank you.
Oh,
Seriously, thank you. You don't have
That's-
to do
I
that,
love
but
that.
we really
That's a
appreciate
Texas
it.
Roadhouse,
specific
here we
number.
come.
1371. I like that.
I think that's like a pin number.
It's a unique.
pin or
It's a very
something.
unique number.
Yeah.
Exchange rate is very strange.
All
Curly
right,
Wolf.
Curly Wolf says, best to get an air compressor before a pressure washer or vice versa. Oh man, they're both really useful tools. What do you use more, Levi?
I will tell you this. A pressure washer you can work around. An air compressor you can't.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's a fair point.
I use my air compressor way more than I do my pressure
You
washer.
will use your air compressor more than anything else.
And it's got more applications too. You can use an air compressor for some interior applications, blowing out pads, drying the car, all kinds of things.
Exactly.
Inflating tires. I mean, all the other things besides detailing.
Yep.
Pressure washer is pretty much for washing the outside of the car. God, please, I hope nobody's using it on the inside
I
of
would
their
say,
car.
unless it's a Bronco or a Jeep.
yeah, unless it's a Jeep. And then, I mean, you can pressure wash your
Well, and I
deck
would-
at your house. I mean, there's
You don't even need a lot of stuff. So like some of the new Huskies,
yeah.
the new Silent series Huskies, beautiful compressors.
Yeah, they are fantastic.
Very inexpensive.
Very extremely quiet. Whisper quiet.
Whisper quiet. And one of the fun things you can do is you could head over to Harbor Freight
Yeah.
and you can pick up a holding tank
You can.
and you can sister it so that you have more air storage.
Basically a sister from another mister.
That's right.
Yeah.
Now, that is a very inexpensive option that you could build to get you from, point A to point B,
Yeah.
detail a few cars, and then go and buy a very inexpensive pressure washer to get you started,
Yep.
Yeah.
right?
Fair point.
The pressure washer I use for at the MOSHQ,
It's the Sunjoe
it's the
solution.
Sunjoe
Yeah.
solution, and it
Does
2
the job.
years now, and
Yeah.
it washes every weekend.
Hasn't failed
Yeah.
you yet.
Has no problems. Haven't had any issues with it. Haven't had to return it for warranty issues.
Yeah.
You
or
haven't kicked it
anything
down an
like that.
embankment.
Would
Okay.
hate,
You
would-
know?
would hate to have to do that.
Compared to some of my friends and their series systems,
I heard
Dane's is still in the box. Anthony, you're on your third pressure washer.
I'm on my second, my second Karcher Cube solution package.
2.0.
It's a 1.3 at this, 1.4, something like that. This
Yeah.
I can't remember how many quick disconnects there was, but there is 100 foot of hose that I bought on accident, and I've
Which is overkill
A little
for
overkill.
So,
house.
so your neighbors can use it too without
so they
actually
can
leaving
eat-
your garage.
They
That's
can
cool.
find it in the backyard. It's fine.
The ones you
Nice.
just met, yeah.
But yeah, no. So sorry. Anyways, but
But I digress.
I don't know what I'm on right now. But
The point
I,
is, go
I-
the air compressor which you have.
yeah,
very quiet,
fantastic.
very
It's
nice.
the best thing I ever bought.
Right?
Yeah.
So
And I
Okay.
didn't like using my air compressor before I got the ultra quiet one.
Right.
Like whenever I'd turn on that rigid pancake, I'd be like, "Hold
Oh.
on, boys, put on the earbuds."
See, I made that mistake
This
earlier in
is
my
getting
life. I bought
crazy.
I think it was a Craftsman, and it was so loud that it was like I almost dreaded using it. I would
Oh,
put
yeah.
it outside
Yeah.
the garage, close the garage door, and with a hose underneath it to
It's
avoid
just-
You
watching
had
it walk
to,
away.
you had to
Yeah.
mentally
So
prepare for the event.
when I moved to this last house, I bought one of the. It was only $350. The California Air Tools,
Yep.
like ultra
Oh,
quiet
yeah.
ones,
So-
and that you barely can tell it's on.
So the
It's
California
amazing.
Air Tools
Yeah,
is the motors, the pump motors
yeah.
are what they use in spec for the new Husky Silent series,
yeah.
which is what I have and what Anthony has.
Yeah.
Very
So-
nice.
You can't overstate the
And-
need of a quiet compressor. when you
And
have
it's
a compressor.
weird because whenever I go to reach to press on my compressor now,
It's already
I have. Well, no, I have that.
Muscle
like
memory?
I have that. Oh yeah, yeah. I have the
flinch?
feeling of like oh, here we go, right? And then I pull the thing, and then it's just like, oh my god, it's dead quiet.
Well,
And
that's
I'm like,
not
this
that bad.
is
It's a thing of beauty.
Okay.
Yeah.
amazing.
So there you go.
All right.
That's what I do, Curly Wolf. All right.
Next
How's
up.
it from South Africa? My two
Once
favorite
again.
bottles on the table, DA Course and DA
Yeah.
Fine from 007 Jams.
Nice.
Nice, dude.
Bait back again.
If you guys experience comparing Perfect Finish to DA Fine or Benzerna SF3500, been using SF3500 for ages and very comfortable with its light cut, excellent finishing ability. Bait Addict, I'm going to tell you no.
Beta, you need to start doing this testing for us. You ask the most
Yeah.
specific questions I've
Dylan.
ever heard in my life.
Do you have any testing?
No, we test against everything, and
Yeah.
I don't make it a habit of doing comparisons for people. Buy a 250 milliliter bottle is not hopefully available
It's
soon
a-
at the right
it's a
company.
little
anymore.
guy.
Yeah.
It's enough to try it.
Yeah.
If you don't like it, it's not like a huge investment, but I am extremely confident in it. We've done some stuff today, and I've been showing it off to the guys, but there's also just a certain amount of user preference. There's no perfect product for
Right.
everybody. If you're comfortable with those, then why? If you were so comfortable, why are you asking this question?
Correct.
The seeds of doubt have crept in. But try it,
Thunder.
do the comparison, and it might actually be better for you specifically. It might not be, but there's only one way to know, and that's for you to use it and you to compare it to what you're comfortable with.
That's
I
true.
like
We're
that.
not you. So.
Jeff C., a Vikings fan, says, Dylan, I know you don't
The Jeff
comment.
C. That is the-
This is the
that
real
is
Jeff C.
the real Jeff C.
The OG
So we have
Jeff
two
C.
Jeff C's
OG.
in this chat. One of them is fake. One of them is an imposter.
Whoa, hold on.
He's
And
an
that
guy's
imposter.
just as
And then
much a
there's,
watcher as
and
the
then
other
there's
guys.
the real Jeff C.
C.
Dylan, who you have actually had a conversation with.
Right.
So
Yeah, so
There's
he's
a lot
like
of
to,
Jeff
you know,
C's is what I'm getting
Correct.
from this.
credit where
But
it's
Jeff
due.
C here is wonderful.
So he says, Dylan,
up in Minnesota.
I know you
Or
don't
yeah.
comment about new product development, but do you think the hybrid technology will ever find its way into the larger tools? ?
Do I think it will? I think it will. But what I think doesn't matter. I'm the marketing manager. I don't
That's
develop
true.
tools.
You
Yeah.
don't know anything.
You don't get a say.
Bait Addict
You don't
says,
know.
would like to try a DA fine, but you guys know. Oh, geez, Dane, you go from there to there. It throws me off. Would like to try a DA fine, but you guys know how it is with mastering a system for 6+ years and potentially switching to a new polished compound. Well, yeah, that's how I felt when I was working with 105, 205 for several years, and then I was like, oh, there's better stuff out here. It's amazing, right? Opens up a whole new door for you.
Once you got into the last cut, that was it.
Oh my God!
It's just like the warp
It
speed
was the
lines
last
all
cut. It
appear
was the
around you.
very last cut.
Yeah.
Right? Was that? How's that song go? Like it's like the last cut. I think that's what it's
I
called.
think it's the last dance.
The last dance. Maybe that's what it was. Oh, sorry.
That's what it was.
I'm just gonna let that linger for a
All
minute.
right.
All right.
Moving
Wham
on.
Gruffles.
All right.
When do you guys use solvent-based degreasers? When using like a classic degreaser? Wim, I haven't used a solvent degreaser.
So few
Short
of them
of-
even available anymore because of all the VOC regulations.
Yeah.
It's very rare to find a solvent-based degreaser, especially one
gonna say.
that's
I haven't used
effective.
them for a really long time, like
Isn't like it was a brake cleaner like a solvent-based degreaser?
kind of.
Kinda?
Yeah, but there's some old school
Old
citrus
school. Yeah,
solvent
like
Yeah.
super
degreasers.
citrus. Okay.
Point is,
Yeah.
we've made do for a long
Yeah.
time without setting foot. in
Yeah,
that
I would
realm,
say you
so,
almost don't need to use them.
Yeah, you're probably okay without.
Period. So
But if you can
Health-wise
find
and
some,
everything
let
else,
us
too.
know.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
If you find some, let us
Grant
send it over.
Hotry, afternoon, morning for me, boys. What's
That's
up, dude?
right.
What's up, Grant?
You're in Aussie land, aren't you?
Johan Ellis. Hey, guys. I have done about 5 cars with Uno Protect and Beadmaker combo. Have you discovered more secrets?
We do have more
I know.
secrets, but we
Dylan,
can't tell you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, if you spill them, they're not secrets.
They're
anymore.
not wouldn't be secrets anymore, would they?
I don't know. Is there anything we can
Just
give as like a
wait,
little,
Johan.
just a little treat?
Just wait.
There's really nothing I can
Nothing?
give.
Oh,
Nothing.
okay.
Other than-
Boy, he's gonna be mad now.
Yeah. Sorry, Johan.
Oh,
Oh.
Grant's asking if you're still taking out Jason Rose's trash.
All the time. That's what they pay me for.
oh, that's your job.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, janitor.
Bait Addict, is there a cure time for crystal sealant? In your experience, is that the most durable sealant you've used before entering into high solid ceramic coating? Yes. As to a cure time, it's pretty much, it cures pretty quick,
I remember
man.
it was like within a couple days. I mean, it's
It's-
fully cured.
It's fully
because
cured
it's that
within
resin
a
you're
few
waiting.
minutes.
You're
That-
waiting for
yeah.
it to cure. But so
I mean, I'm going to say the normal cure time of most any other sealant. It's about 4 hours. If you're in a higher humidity area, it's going to cure a little quicker. So
Yeah.
I mean, it is freakishly strong, man. So like I'd say, I know you were saying it was seemed like it was sheeting water. I'd probably say to try to clay that area
Yeah.
a little bit, just clay it up,
just
little
lightly,
agitation.
lightly.
A little cleaning action.
Prestige Detailing Studio.
Nice. What's up, dude?
Says in the house. Good day to Dylan, the TRC crew, and everyone else. Hope you've all had a great week. Had a wrecked cream. Is that what I'm saying? Had
Yeah,
a
cream
wrecked
leather, yeah.
cream leather interior this week, and KCPO made it simple.
Oh,
So absolutely,
Polestar, nice.
Polestar, man.
Yeah.
It's pretty amazing
No.
stuff.
Thanks for the well wishes. We got Colby
For some
here.
reason, seeing wrecked cream and leather in that order,
Your
I
brain went to a
could
different
not
place.
read that correctly.
You're definitely tired.
Sorry.
Okay.
Sleep every night.
Next.
Colby, best way to remove Uno Protect from RUPE's yellow pads. I clean them with water and pad-specific cleaner. It feels like there's wax inside the foam. Any ideas on what to use?
Same as the last one. If you let it dry in there, which this sounds like a case of where it might have been allowed to dry, then use a brush, use the claw pad tool, a nylon brush, break it up, wet clean it, try it again. You might have to do it 2-3 times to get it all out because, again, it's a 90-day sealant. If it's in the fibers and then it's allowed to set up and cure, it's going to fight removal just like it does when it's on the paint. So same concept there. So keep it wet until it's ready to be cleaned. Much easier to clean. If you don't, then try a repeated pattern of brushing, blowing it out, wet cleaning over and over again until they feel fresh, or new pad.
All right.
There you go. Keep those pads wet. All right.
Bay back at it again.
Any way to get the Velcro to be more grabby on my old RUPE's pads, or is it time to throw them out? Depends on how old they are, really.
Yeah, I mean, it also it varies.
back
You can
end
kill Velcro. So the hottest point, we did a video on this on our channel with actual IR cameras to show where the heat load is. And the hottest point on an orbital tool, specifically random orbital, is where the loop material of the pad meets the backing plate. That's where all the heat goes. Rotary pushes heat into the paint. Random orbital pulls it up into the pad. So the place that gets the most abuse, especially if you're a heavy-handed user, you use high speed, heavy pressure, long cycles, all that kind of stuff, that's the first place to go. The backing plate hook material or the loop material of the pads. So if you're beating them up, they're going to not last that long. If they start not sticking, it's time for a new pad.
There you go.
All right. We got Hakai next.
Hey guys, a bit off topic, but yesterday's stream of your wash bay when cleaning the wheels, what kind of material are those walls?
Oh, that's a nice
Well,
question.
we got those from a company that custom made those, but you get those from Detail Plus.
Right.
So, detailplus.com basically built that whole wash bay. So from the chemical distribution to the capture mat to the curtain to those walls.
Yeah,
So
they handle
Keith Duplessis,
all of that
you can
stuff.
reach out to him
Yeah.
and say, hey, I saw the wall at the Rag Company Studios. How do I get that?
And they're
It's-
cut to fit, too. So
it's
they fit
cut to fit
correctly.
the area, and it's all snapped together. Like you literally slide, we did it in a corner. So like you slid the first one in the corner, and then you slid the next one in the corner, and then we just built out from there, sliding them. You mount the tracks first, then you just slide everything together. And it's a
works
really
well.
nice setup. So
Yeah. All right. We got Brandon Evans.
what's your most valuable tip for a company going from mobile to shop?
Well, let's hear from both of you guys.
I never went mobile. I was shop only.
But you
I've
dealt with
done
it.
both.
Nope.
My first
I didn't
was,
do any mobile.
My
You knew
first
guys
was
who
all
did.
mobile. My very first business was
Yeah.
all mobile, and then I went to all on location for collections, and then I had that kind of stuff. One piece of advice: don't get rid of the mobile setup. Because if
Yeah,
you
I
expect
guess
that your
it's,
customers are all going to travel to your shop, you are sorely mistaken. There is a certain level of I want the convenience, especially for kind of maintenance packages. If you're a coating guy, obviously you'd prefer if they come to you, but the last thing you want to do is lose the business because you won't go to them. So if you can't afford to do it, keep the mobile set up and hire an employee to go do your basic washes and stuff like that. That's another revenue stream. The other thing is it kind of goes back to the advice: watch the money. Be very smart about your investments. Invest in equipment that's going to make you money. That's what's going to keep that shop sustainable for the long run.
Nope. Back to the money smart
Yep.
handling again.
For
top of the
clarification,
page.
Dane, the only guy I knew that went from mobile to shop is Dylan. So.
Well, and that's true. I knew you had mobile background. The main reason I, said it was
background.
we have
I've
a lot
never
of
done
local guys.
mobile.
They would always come by and ask you for advice and
Yeah.
stuff.
I know
just
plenty of
asked
guys
me-
who have
they
shops
asked
that
me-
eventually add mobile for that exact reason.
I
'cause
kept
they,
wanting to add mobile. That was the biggest thing.
That's
but
what it
I
was
couldn't
because
figure out
I knew you brought it up
how to do that because
a
it was
few
another.
times.
It was
Yeah.
another
It was just
big
an extra
cost
complication.
and how to figure out how to make money.
Yeah.
So
Okay. We got Travis here saying FineLab makes the best rinseless wash.
Oh.
I've never
Well,
heard
I would
of it.
want to
Yeah.
know what
I wonder.
constitutes
I
best
wonder.
for him.
Yeah,
for him.
Fine
I
Line,
mean,
yeah.
if it's the best for you,
Appreciate
can't-
it, man.
Can't dispute
Thank you
that.
for doing that.
I'm not you. All right. We got Curtis here.
Hey guys, doing a ceramic coating this weekend again. What's
Ah.
the correct steps? Just want to make sure. Curtis, we
That was from
answered your
earlier.
question, bud.
Yep.
Yep.
2020 Equinox.
Yep, on the 2020 Equinox. All right.
got
Jeff
Jeff
C.
C.
Again, the real Jeff C. By the way, I'm finally going to break out that Mark III this weekend.
All
I'm
right.
excited to give that new DA system a try. Going to get my wife's old Hyundai cleaned up to sell and add to our adoption fund.
Oh,
Yes.
heck
Sweet.
yeah,
Nice,
man.
Jeff. Awesome.
That is awesome.
Wim
Yeah.
Groffles. I tried to wash my friend's my first pads in the washing machine with towel soap together with some rags. They came out having another color. Are they ruined? No, you just dyed your
Yeah.
pads
Yeah.
the color of your towels. Point is, guys, you got to understand. There's a lot of let's just say there's a lot of gentlemen who maybe they don't wash their own clothes.
Never
They have
learned how to
their
do laundry
they
or
have
something.
their partner wash their clothes for them. And then they only wash their towels and their pads, and all of them mix up their towels together, and they put in their pads, and then they go, oh my gosh, all these colors ran.
What the?
I know it's
What?
annoying, but just
If you were washing your
if
clothes,
you don't
you'd
wash your
probably
own
do the
clothes
same thing.
or your own towels, at least give it a try so you understand.
It's the
what
age-old,
happens.
the guy goes to do laundry, he throws a red sock in with all
Yeah.
his white shirts, and everything turns pink.
Why is it all pink?
This time it's a bunch of white towels
Yeah.
and a red eagle.
Yep. But not ruined. Color
that's-
transfer.
that's
Color
understandable.
transfer isn't going to hurt anything.
No,
No.
you can still use it the same
They'll
way.
perform exactly the same.
So next time what I would say is put your pads in on their own in the
Yeah.
washing machine.
Yep.
Yeah.
Minus any of the towels.
It only becomes an issue if you're the kind of person who color codes everything, and then you run into a strange scenario.
Everything's a weird brown
Anthony,
color now.
Yeah.
Do you think you could hand me a Diet Pepsi?
Absolutely,
Please? I would
Levi.
Ooh, ready
appreciate
for
that.
another one, huh?
Ready for
the
round
new era
2.
Pepsi throwback fridge.
Correct.
Okay,
Thank you.
And so we're going with Diet this time, or we're going with a
I'm going to do
Pepsi?
Diet this
So
time.
step back the caffeine.
Yeah, I just got to bring it
Okay.
down. I'm starting to get tired, so I think I need to bump up
Open
with
this
the
thing
Diet.
up.
Oh, very nice. Ooh.
Feel the cold air coming out of there?
The extremely cold breeze from
Yeah.
the Pepsi New Era.
Does that
It's
thing hold
refreshing.
about 96 cans?
It's a 96 can capacity.
Wow.
Wow.
Absolutely.
Wow.
Crisp.
It is,
That's right, folks. Go to newair.com and you too can pick up a Pepsi throwback fridge from them.
Using
And,
code Levi50.
I don't know if that code still is
I feel like I'm
but,
being sold to
yeah.
right now.
I feel like all these codes were made so long ago for everything
They're like,
ever,
wait, that still works?
we've ever worked with. Yeah.
Jasmine did reach out to us the other day to see, she's waiting on the other Pepsi fridge
Okay.
that we've got at the MOSHQ video that we still haven't done.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
We need to get that done.
Now, we've got
Yikes.
David Tillett here saying, hi from Sydney, Australia, continuing our streak of awesome people
What's
from
up,
around the
David?
world
A
watching.
lot of Aussies in
We
the mix
bring
today,
out the
huh?
Aussies. They wake up for us, so that's pretty cool.
This is how they start their Friday morning.
Yeah.
We're like the Kathy Lee and
we're the morning
Regis
show, right?
Of,
Yeah.
Australia. All right, Bait Addict for sure. I've never seen Crystal Sealant act that way after a month when I ask other people how it's doing in the car. At the same time, this person hasn't washed their car since, and no toppers.
Okay.
Probably
Maybe
just
it's
dirty.
contamination.
Probably
Yeah.
just
Dirty
surface
then.
contamination
Yep.
needs to go. Road film.
All right, and then he follows up here.
I told him to come see me since I've done plenty of cars with that product, but this is the first time I've done that, so I knew it would not be maintained. Was expecting 4 months or so. I will report next week.
Okay.
Han says Uno has George tears.
No,
Yeah.
We don't make them cry, Hans. No.
they're tears of joy.
It's
Tears of
got
joy.
squatch hair in it.
Squatch hair. That's actually what we make the wool pads out of.
Ooh, nice.
Isn't there I was going to say, it reminds me of a shampoo that's out there. Was it the Sasquatch?
Dr. Squatch.
Doctor,
Dr.
yeah.
Squatch.
Yeah.
Dr. Squatch, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Alex Dewar saying the free-range Bigfoot's graze in Dane's backyard. It is a
Are we that
veritable.
Well,
far
we-
behind in comments? My goodness.
It is
We
a
do, take, we
veritable
do
jungle.
take them on occasional vacations to Dane's backyard
Well,
for grazing.
there's
Yeah.
several sounds you'll hear from Dane's backyard, and you're never really sure how to isolate that to one
Right.
area or one creature.
Correct.
I mean,
it could be Callie, could be the
it's-
dog. It could, in fact, be George that has escaped.
George.
Yeah,
It's a big
true.
world out there, folks.
It is.
Okay. Kia Possessor here. After
Oh, go ahead,
sorry.
Dan, you do it.
After noticing that I put PNS interior cleaner in my exterior by accident, thought it was bead maker, do I then need to put a beginning layer of bead maker back on?
Not really. You can just put some bead maker back
you'll
on
be
there.
okay.
You'll be
Yeah.
all right.
Okay.
I mean, it depends on how much. If you did the whole car interior cleaner, then yes, you probably will. But if it was like a spray and you were like, oh, crap, and you wiped it off, spray it on
The
again.
smell
It's
would have been a
he just
giveaway.
writes EX on a piece of tape. Puts
Yeah.
it over it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Connor Cotton Game says, shaking my head at all these products with fake Sasquatch saliva.
I know.
know,
They're
it's
not
just
putting
sick.
in the time. They're not
And,
putting
you
in the
know,
work.
well,
all
They
these
gotta be real.
imitators, it just
Yeah.
coming out here,
Yeah.
slapping their label on something that's just rebranded. I can't believe it.
There's nothing worse than artificial Sasquatch saliva. I mean, it's really
Sickening.
it's the high fructose corn syrup of the detail industry.
Correct.
Oh.
Correct.
You can just see it degrade so quickly.
Ours are pure organic, natural Sasquatch saliva.
It's like cane sugar, right?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
like, it's
Like
like
the
the
real
good stuff. It's like the Mountain Dew throwback that Luke Berkey likes to drink himself. You know, it's good stuff.
Yeah.
There it goes. All right. We've got Contrabida.
Speaking of Luke, there he is up there.
Contrabita. Hey, guys, quick question. Not sure if it was discussed before, but what's the best rag? 70-30 or 80-20 blend for drying after wash and also for removing wax. So for a drying towel or just a towel to use for both, technically you could get away with car wash towels in 80-20. They're great.
Yep.
They're good for that.
He's one out for both, man. So
you could kinda do
70-30
both.
blend, drying
But
towel.
he said
you're
or
asking for
80-20. If he wants a
the
70-30
best.
towel, I would recommend getting a drying towel and then getting an actual wax removal towel.
Absolutely. So what would you use for wax removal towel?
Depends on the wax I'm using and whether or not
Okay.
it comes off easier. I need a lot of
Let's
something
assume
with
it
some
doesn't.
bite.
Let's
Okay, so let's say it's a
Tough
stickier wax, a
Yeah.
little harder to do. Probably a 365.
Edgeless 365. Dane, what are
love
you
that towel.
saying?
Either that or a creature edgeless.
You would say
Yeah.
that. And Dylan, what are you saying?
I'm all about the creature. I
Now-
love having both piles.
Huh,
Absolutely.
Go figure. The guy who's
Now,
all about squatch is about creatures.
For
We should
70
rename that towel.
70-30 drying
I like
ability.
this idea.
I'm going with the liquid aider is what I'm
Ooh.
doing.
Ooh.
I know.
Ooh.
Nasty.
Well, always the contrarian.
I mean, if you're doing both, then that would be a way to do it.
Unless you feel like
All
throwing
right.
down the gauntlet, it's up to you, man.
Well, that's a whole other towel. Now you're just confusing them. Okay.
I know. Hopefully, I'm speaking in riddles at this point.
Oh, man. Second, I love your double twist loop, and the only gripe I have is when it gets caught and leaves strings out. Any solutions or ideas?
I got
Trim
an
'em.
FAQ. Just
Trim
take your
'em.
scissors and
Take
trim them
little
off.
scissors and trim
You're,
those things
you're not
off.
going to
That's
hurt it.
Yep.
Forget it
You're not gonna
happened,
hurt it.
right?
That's all.
Erase it from your memory.
Easy.
Unfortunately, there's really no other thing you can
Yeah,
do.
That's right.
That's it.
Yeah, that's just
Dane, I'm going to power through some of these. 'Cause
Yeah.
we got about 2 minutes. I
By
just
all
want to
means.
get some of these going.
You got Ryan.
All right, Ryan Suderman, think about ceramic coating my 59 Corvette that has lacquer paint. What products would you recommend? Is there anything I need to do or do different than coating a clear coat paint? So I would probably use C1 by G-Technic.
Crystal serum lacquer.
Yeah.
Yeah, to coat that. If you use C1, it's more designed for non-clear coated products.
Yeah, it'll stick longer.
So it'll stick longer, it'll last longer. And I just be careful. Just watch it. You don't want to. You don't know how thick that lacquer is on there, and you do have potential to cut through it or burn through it. You may have a bit of a patina action that you maybe didn't want to have happen. So just keep an eye on that. Things.
Okay.
Agrees?
Yep.
All right. Bait Addict. Yep. Do your research for sure on finances. Credit cards can be amazing tools. Never paid $1 in interest in my life. And I take everything on my credit card aside from my mortgage payments. Must be nice.
No,
I'll tell you
that can be done. Yeah.
I've
if
paid
you-
a lot of interest.
you're playing a lot
Money
of
for
the
nothing.
you're playing a lot of the switching cups
Some
game,
might
but
say
at the same
that
time
we
it
are
works.
interested.
Some might say we are interested.
Following up with
You want me to
that,
leave? Because you keep doing that, I'm going to leave.
Bait Addict. Key is paying off your balance every month. Don't buy anything unless you know you can actually pay for it with your monthly pay. Do your calculations. Probably get around $600 in cash back every year from doing nothing.
It's true. I used to do that back in the day. It was great.
All right.
Just live off the credit card. Just take your check and pay
Yeah.
it
Life
that.
on, we call that
Man.
life on the card. You know what I
crazy.
mean? One card swipe at
Yeah.
a time.
So I've got Connor Cotton game here. I'm going to pull him up. He's going to be the last one we do before
Any
a break.
experience with the owner's pride stuff? Them and Coach Chemie seem to be the talk of the town lately. Well, remember, OP is a... they were just a distributor of Optimum for a number of years. They sold a lot of different products. They sold Rag Company towels. They sold Optimum products. They sold other products. They sold body shop stuff. They sold a bunch of stuff. They were a local distributor, not here, but in their neck of the woods. And then they decided to create their own product line, do their own stuff. And one of the unique features is once Optimum kind of let a lot of employees go, right?
Yeah.
OP was in the spot where they were like, hey, we need to hire people. And so what you see is a lot of the Optimum personnel that had moved over and a lot of like our friend Dan Williams
Yeah,
over
Dan's
there.
there.
Yeah.
And then Brian
Yeah.
Prescott moved to sunny Colorado
Right.
Yeah.
to Denver to become
Wow.
the, I believe, the Eastern regional manager.
That wouldn't
Wait,
make
what?
any
That
sense.
doesn't
for
make
OP.
sense.
So
think it's the
really,
Midwest.
yeah.
It's still a large territory east of.
Yeah, it's a very large territory.
So
Point
I've
is,
got
though-
2/3 of the
Yeah.
country.
It's the eastern 2/3.
Yeah,
Yeah.
but Brian uses it. He loves it. He liked the products, and it was an easy transition. What you've noticed is there's a lot of people who maybe were using, they were kind of Optimum certified shops that moved to OP products. So, that's probably why a lot of people are like, I don't hear a lot about Optimum. Well, it's most of the marketing and all the direct, and the group of people, the users, moved over
Yeah,
to that.
and in fairness to Optimum, you're not seeing because they're not as loud the voice. They don't have as much marketing going on
Correct.
there, but it still exists. You
It
can
still
get the
exists. We
products.
still sell it. We
We
still
get
sell it.
O&R. I mean, we go through it
Sell
as
a
much now as
ton
we
of
ever
O&R,
have.
yeah.
So
The other thing with Koch is it's a new brand to the U.S. So
Correct.
there's a lot of marketing dollars behind it to push a brand that is getting ready in a couple weeks to have their kind of little kickoff party that they're going to be having in Atlanta.
and people
So-
get excited when anything is new, but they also get excited when it turns out to actually be good. And in this
Right.
case, Coach Kemi is good. So,
So
all right. That is it until we go to break, but we will be right back after this.
Hey guys, Levi for the Rag Company, and in today's FAQ video, I'm going to tell you about something even greater than the FAQ channel. This is going to be a 4-day, basically FAQ event. That's right, from November 10th through November 13th, 4 hours a day for 4 days, 2 sessions a day, morning, afternoon. We are inviting some of the greatest from the detailing industry right here to our studio, and you guys will be able to ask any of the questions that you want. Why? Because we will have a live chat going on, and we will be having a Zoom call going on. So for those of you that want to ask a couple questions, we will have representatives in the live chat answering those questions. For those of you that maybe just want to watch, you can just watch. You can literally just sit and watch the show, and hopefully you will learn something new and exciting about that brand. Now, if you want to learn more about the product, maybe you want to go a little deeper, that's where you pop onto that Zoom call with one of their representatives, and you'll be able to discuss and maybe become a distributor, a reseller, or something like that yourself. Now, one of the great things about this event is the access you are going to be able to get with these folks. Maybe you want to watch Chris West and you want to ask him some questions, you can do that. Maybe you want to learn more about G-Technic products, you can ask Eric himself. Maybe you want to learn a little bit more about RUPES or Coach Chemie. You can do that too. That's the greatest thing. We're even going to be beaming in the guys from Color Lock and IK Sprayers from on the other side of the world. That's the even cooler part. And you'll be able to get the same access that we get on your computer. How awesome is that? So head on over to the Rag Company YouTube channel, because that's where it's going to be happening. Where you see all the videos, little placeholders up there, it says day 1, day 2, day 3, day 4. Set a reminder for yourself. That way you'll be notified right when we start to go live, and you'll be able to not miss a single moment. So we'll see you Tuesday, November 10th, and hopefully we see you through the whole thing at the Rag Company Media Access Show on the Rag Company YouTube channel.
Hello, 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 and welcome to the promo for the Rag Company podcast. That's right, I'm Dane Hennen. I'm your host of the Rag Company podcast, as well as our weekly Q&As that appear on the Rag Company YouTube channel. Now, if you're looking for the podcast, you gotta head over to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel. That's right, we've got a few channels, but if you subscribe to them all, you will not miss your Rag Company content, your Rag Company action. I know you love it, that's why you're watching this. So if you're not familiar with it, you should go check it out. We talk about detailing, we talk about cars, we talk about what we did over our weekends. It's just a chance to get to know, the folks at TRC a little bit better. Go to the Rag Company podcast channel, go to the Rag Company YouTube channel for the Q&As, and just in general, enjoy, like a warm blanket. It's friendship. It's just something that you wear over yourself and you say, gee, this is nice. So we really want you to hang out with the Rag Company crew one way or another, be it the podcast or the Q&A. I'm inviting you, and I know Levi and Anthony are right behind the camera saying the same thing. So if you haven't already, make sure you go and subscribe to the Rag Company podcast YouTube channel, as well as the Rag Company YouTube channel, where we do our Q&As. It's just fun. We want to have you around. We want you to submit your comments. Let us know how things are going. We're all hanging out. It's a good time. And we all learn a bit more about detailing and cars in the process. Now, I will say, when it comes to the podcast, we're not just on YouTube. We're also on Stitcher, Spotify, any of your other audio platforms. Make sure you check, because we should be on there. And if we aren't, let us know, and we'll do our best to get on there as well. With all that said, we just want to say thank you for listening, thank you for watching, and we hope to see you again.
Hey guys, Levi for the Rag Company, and I wanted to direct you over to our FAQ channel. Now, our FAQ channel is our way of answering all those questions you had as quickly and efficiently as possible. The FAQ channel is very simple. From whether you're just starting out detailing, you need to learn how to wash a car, or maybe you have a question on what a rinseless wash is, or something as simple as how do I wash my microfiber towels, you'll be able to find it at the Rag Company FAQ channel.
If you're watching this video, you're probably wondering, how long can you store Optimum No Rinse inside of a bucket for?
The difference between an open cell and a closed cell foam pad.
Should I wash my microfiber towels after using a spray sealant? So we're going to be answering that question and more in today's FAQ video.
Well, there you have it. Hopefully now you know a little bit more about the FAQ channel, and if you're looking for it, go to YouTube and type in the Rag Company FAQ and make sure you subscribe so that you'll be aware whenever a new video comes out. Now, if you didn't see your question answered, feel free to send us an email or leave a comment right there on a video, and we will be sure to add that to our next video. So hopefully you enjoyed it, and can't wait to see you guys there. Thanks for watching.
Hello, and welcome back to the second half of the Rag Company's Q&A Thursday.
Yes.
You know, a fun event we do every week, but this time, in case you're just joining us and you didn't know, we've got a guest. We've got Dylan Von Kleist here from RUPES USA himself,
Hooray!
and I think we're having fun. I'm pretty sure we're having fun.
Dylan, you've probably noticed in the last hour, a lot of super chats.
Yeah.
Well, only one super chat from BJ
All
Senior.
one of
But
It's just one. But
thank you,
it's
BJ,
good.
for dropping some of that hard-earned cash
Discredit
on us.
the one super chat. It's amazing.
No,
It's
it
an
was
amazing
awesome.
amount of super
Yeah.
chat.
We don't
So-
expect that. We think that.
So here's the deal. We started getting super chats.
Yeah.
And we thought, gosh, I wonder where that money's going, you know? And then Dane's like, check out all the new tires I bought for my Jag.
Yeah,
We
we're
were
like, what
like-
the heck, Dane?
We're like, Dane,
That's not how
we
that
should probably be
works.
using that super chat for us. And he said,
What?
what?
Yeah.
So, no, that is not what actually happened.
I'm going to get roasted.
Oh
no,
my God.
that
Dane's
is not
sweat.
true.
So, no, the point was,
It's hot in here.
Dane seriously did say, hey guys, we're getting all these super chats. What should we do with them? Like, this money's just coming in and I don't know what we should do with it. So we decided every quarter, we save up all that money from those super chats. Take that money, we go buy ourselves lunch.
Yeah.
And we film one of Dane's famous food reviews. And
That's the real cost.
the other
for me.
rule has to be a chain restaurant.
Ooh.
Dane absolutely despises chain
I'm
restaurants.
with Dane on that, though.
He likes the old mom and pop. So,
Hole in the wall.
and the reason
I got
was,
no soul with those.
so here's the deal.
restaurants.
Our friend of the program, some might call him the ultimate TRC superfan,
Ooh, yeah.
G. Davis, the great G.
yes.
Davis,
Had the pleasure of meeting G. Davis.
sent us two $25 Cracker Barrel gift cards.
He did.
We used that. We bought ourselves some Cracker Barrel. We took some pictures and we filmed the first video
Oh,
with
boy.
that. All of us were like, wow, that was a great idea. So then we was like, we should do it for lunch. This will be even better.
There we
So
go.
all those super chat money, every quarter we get, we have to buy lunch with it. Now, if we get no super chats or we only get like $2,
Taco Bell it is.
we got to
It's
spend $2
convenience store
to
tacos,
feed
I
10
guess.
people.
Oh.
We're going to be feeding that team on $2. So it's going to be a bag
Yeah.
of rice.
Gas
Yep.
station sushi.
And that's a little
No,
too
that's-
expensive.
That's never the answer.
Ooh, that
Probably
gets expensive in the
trash
long
can
run.
Sushi is what it is. It's
Well,
going
you said
to
you
pick
had to
it
spend
out
on the
like
food,
garbage
not the
can.
hospital visit.
Yeah.
so-
Right, the medical bills are separate.
So that's what we're doing with that super chat money. So when we get it
Yeah.
in, we buy ourselves lunch. So last time, where'd you guys? It was great. I was home. I didn't even get to partake of it. After a quarter of saving all these hard-earned super chats, I had to wait.
Your kids
Well,
got sick.
3
and
days
you
later,
paid
I
the
was able
price
to
for
come
it.
back to work
Yeah.
Yeah.
and partake
in
of my
yeah,
refrigerated. What do we get?
Ruth's Chris.
See, that's fine. And
That's-
I
that's
do
a-
like
that's a
Ruth's
pricey
It's a
Chris.
chain restaurant.
It's a chain restaurant, but you can't enjoy Ruth's Chris if you don't eat it at Ruth's Chris, because I doubt they
Right.
let you bring it on a sizzling plate. Was
Oh.
your plate 500
Here's-
degrees when it got here?
Here's the thing. I got it the night prior when
Again,
we ate it.
another. I
We
was like, wait,
put it-
why did
I know,
you go?
I know.
Why
The
did you
people
just,
are just losing their minds. So we put
listen,
it
I
in the
gotta
work
go.
fridge.
Yeah.
Hold on.
Come on.
We put it in the work fridge, but then we all knew, we're like, there's no way. Like when I got it from Ruth's Chris, the guy was like, please, God, tell me you're not going to put this in a microwave. I swear. And he was basically, we told him it was like for a kind of a work party kind of thing. And he's just like, oh, and it happened to be one of our guys' birthdays. So we told him that and included some cakes with
And
it.
you have to remember,
it was
Ruth's
very nice.
Chris doesn't open until 5 p.m.
Correct. That is
No,
our
it's difficult to
problem.
have
We
that for
could
lunch,
not
yeah.
do it
That's a very late
during
lunch.
work
Yeah.
hours.
So-
That's almost dinner.
That was not an
So
option.
there's no other way to do
So
that.
what we did in
unless we take
between
the team there and we film it.
in between
night,
shooting many
no.
videos that will then be revealed at TRCMA, just saying, we had a little barbecue, I guess you could say. We pulled out a grill, and we
Warmed
had the
them up
guys
on the
at
grill.
Roost Chris cook them very rare, just enough to qualify
cooked.
to let it out of the building. And then we took it here, and we finished the job on our little makeshift grill outside.
It's
Thank
better.
you, Gabe.
It's getting better
Yeah.
with the story.
And,
It's still
yeah,
not.
but- and
But
Jimmy.
here's the fun fact. They said, go throw it on the grill. I walk out there on Monday, go take it out to the grill. No propane.
Well, that's right.
They
took
didn't
the
say
bottle.
cook it. They said throw it on the grill. So you
did
throw
leave
it
the
on there and you
bottle.
look at it
So
for a
what did
minute.
I do? I walked back in here and put it in the microwave. And I enjoyed my Roost Chris steak 4 days later out of the microwave. Let me tell you,
You're lucky at
nothing
that
more
point it had just
delightful
crawled out.
than a Roost Chris steak 4 days later on a
I
microwave.
take back all
Okay.
the nice things I've ever said about any of you. It's a crime against humanity.
One or the other. It could be 4 days old, or it could be in the microwave.
But not both. Not both.
It was
sucks.
less than 24 hours old when I had it. So
Yeah.
it's
Suffice
okay.
to say that you gentlemen will not be receiving sponsorship money from the fine folks at Ruth's
Yeah,
Chris.
well,
I, on the other hand, will be seeking a sponsorship out
Oh.
of
And
many
guys,
of one of
for
their
spite-
fine establishments
For
Okay.
reference,
nationwide.
we were never planning on doing that again.
True.
Basically, if we can't pick it up that same day, we're not going to do that again. It was
Yeah.
just that was the only way we could get actual Roost
But
Chris.
that
and
was the
so-
highly recommended suggestion. We asked people, like, what do you want us to do with
they
this? We
started
want it to
dropping,
be your
people started
guys'
dropping
choice.
money so we could get drinks because they
Yeah.
thought we were going to go there.
Yeah.
Well, so now we just need to
Little
get.
did they
We
know.
just need to find out what's the next chain
Right.
restaurant
We're going to
people
do
are wanting to see.
Texas Roadhouse.
No, but that's so close to. What's there? It's a steak.
Oh,
You-
okay.
Were you have to say Texas
Red
Roadhouse is
Robin.
close?
Okay,
Okay,
I
what-
am going to cut
okay,
this
hold on,
conversation
wait.
short because we
Dane.
are 45
Dane.
minutes behind.
I'm
on
going to power
comments.
through.
Cheesecake Factory. Cheesecake Factory.
Cheesecake
Oh, no.
Factory.
They
That's a
know
good one.
cheesecake is my weakness.
It
Cheesecake
is Dane's,
Factory.
It is Dane's
Oh,
weakness.
new super chat for this
Oh,
quarter,
no.
ladies and gentlemen.
Cheesecake Factory,
We're going to
man.
Cheesecake Factory.
And no
Dane-
entrees, just
Dane
cheesecake.
loves-
No entrees, just
Dane's-
Look
cheesecake.
at me. You
Dane's-
know I'm the kind
Dane's
of guy who
famous
enjoys
line.
cheesecake.
How's the cheesecake
How's
here?
Dylan was there for that.
Oh,
we
he
all
was.
sit
He
around
saw
a
me
table.
do that.
Dylan, Dane, how do you think the cheesecake is here?
Okay,
All right.
we've got Luke
Luke
Berge.
Berge saying, I'm going to power through all these, you guys. So I love y'all, but I'm sorry. Hey, y'all, my pressure washer is down for the count. I was planning on doing a complete decon and polish and coating with CSL Exo. Any tips for doing it without a pressure washer? Luke, O-N-R. O-N-R.
You know this.
You
You
can
should
do
know
it,
this.
buddy. You don't need to worry about it. All right. Dan Pfeiffer. Forget credit. Cash is still king. It is, Dan. You're right.
My travel rewards would say otherwise.
Yeah.
Oh,
Luke Berge says, I've been super reliant on my pressure washer for the past 2 years. Luke, you can also hit up a car wash, use their pressure washer, drive it back home, take a bucket of O&R with you, do all
Or
that stuff.
Rent a pressure washer as don't ride.
definitely an option.
Yeah, or rent, like don't ride
Home
dirty,
Depot
dirty
does
dirt, says. Contrabird says, life's a journey, enjoy the ride because too short when you go through it. Colby Garbutt says, out of the product lines TRC released, which has been the most well-received and did the best upon initial release. Gosh, I don't have those numbers off the top of my head.
Which was the most
Statistically,
So
like
we've
Rupa
got
Zuno Protect,
based
got-
off of feel.
yeah, Rupes Uno Protect Beadmaker combo kit was pretty much rocked the world.
Yeah.
Color Lock did very well. G Technic has done very well. Coach Shimmy has done very well.
They've all done
All of them done
solidly.
great.
There's
But I'm
not
gonna
an
say-
issue.
Rupes Uno Protect, we were quickly placing a secondary order for.
Yeah, no, we were
Rupes.
quick on the.
You guys
the
are cleaning
draw
out
with
our
that.
inventory rather speedily.
But
Yes.
that was because you guys could easily vouch for it after trying
Yeah,
it
that's
several
right.
different ways. It was like, okay, it's proven its point.
Yep.
So, yeah, it was solid.
All right,
we've got
Lumina Z34. I've had a
Despacho.
car in my garage for 1 week, and I really need to detail it. It's too cold outside to wash.
Despacho. What are you talking about,
Hot
man?
bucket of despacho and just
That's
put
gazpacho,
that
not
on there.
despacho.
We don't need a hot bucket of despacho.
And
Hot
neither
bucket of
should be
O&R,
advised
take
here.
care of that.
But Mr. Despacho's
That'll get
got
that alumina
a
looking
lot of new
sharp.
towels. I mean, he's got
Yeah.
a ton of new towels
Yeah.
that he's ready to throw
Little
down.
O&R be good.
Well organized in his shelving. I think he's ready to get that car cleaned with no excuse,
All
really.
right.
All right.
Good luck,
Curtis
man.
Fitzgerald saying, I'm using Clear Finish products and System X diamond coating, and I'm in Columbus, Ohio. I'll be in my garage, so I'll wash, iron remover, clay, then correct paint, IPA, then coating. Correct.
Okay.
That's
That's
right,
the order.
buddy. You got it.
All right.
It's Boomski, says, good morning from Hawaii.
All right.
Aloha.
Very nice. Aloha indeed.
George Spada, what's better for your order? Better for you? Order from Amazon or from the Rag Company website? Fun fact, the Rag Company website is actually cheaper than Amazon in some instances.
Yeah.
You know, you can get multiples. You can sign up for the business program. You get discounts daily. It's a really great option. Plus,
And our shipping is fast.
shipping's quick. Yeah, we don't get to compete with Prime, but
No.
I will say this: if you have any issues, it's much easier for us to actually fix the problem when you buy from us.
Right.
When you buy from Amazon, you have to use the Amazon return service setup.
Correct.
Yep.
So
if you wanna talk to
you
us,
don't like doing that,
buy through us.
Some people love it. Some people don't. They can, they kind of like to, talk to a customer. We have a lot of folks who have bought on Amazon, maybe picked the wrong thing, called us and said, "Can you exchange my Amazon order?" I can't. You have to go through Amazon. Get your money back. Buy from our website. We'll be happy to send you out whatever you need. So. Just think about those things. All right, BJ Slinger saying, "I'm international, boys. I'm from Modesto, California."
The exotic
I was
land
gonna
of
say.
Modesto.
That's my
So
home.
majestic
That's my
stuff.
hometown, you guys.
I
And,
know. That's the beauty of it.
Hey,
it's not
what do they
good.
say about Modesto? It's not Bakersfield.
Yeah, it's got that going for it. But I guess that was pretty nice.
Homeboy Wheel 68's here saying, "Afternoon, TRC. Sorry I'm late to the party. Hope everyone's having a good Friday Eve."
Thanks, Brett.
Using the
Much
lingo.
love.
Thanks, Brett.
Yeah.
Appreciate it. It is Friday Eve, as we
I
like to
told
say.
you Brett was part of this crew.
That's
man.
right. He's
part of the
now
squad.
part of the
He is
TRC
in.
live team.
If you
So,
don't know, he's the guy who was in the video
Go-
with the MR2
go watch the
yesterday.
Wash
So
Wednesday.
go watch Wash Wednesday.
there you go.
Yeah.
He's also, it's his
Bleh.
car in the Halo video.
It is.
Yeah.
So Halo and C0. So, all right. Despacho asking again, how do I use CTV3? Can it be a topper or can it be used by itself?
Both.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
Follow it up.
How does CTV3 compare to Reload? It is the Reload of the G-Technic line.
Yeah. Same family of products, right?
Yep. Ken Jeeper, $24 from Ken
Whoa,
Jeeper.
Ken.
Buy a dang Dana barrel brush.
I hope you're not telling me I need to eat that because I'm not
chat.
going to do that.
Wow.
I'll clean your
$99.
insides out.
He wants you to buy a barrel brush for the studio.
You can already taste that cheesecake, and I'm thinking strawberry cheesecake for
Ooh,
you.
delicious.
I thought you were going to say chase the
Delicious.
cheesecake with the barrel.
I would like to
Gotta
see
move into the
that.
system real quick.
Oh, no,
We're
Ken,
going
no.
in.
Scoop
We're
it
getting
up.
that back
Get it
out
all
of
the way in
there.
Get those, clean those bristles.
No. Okay.
All right. Beta Addict Dylan, you know I'm asking the question. Detailers are always tempted to try new products.
Of course, I know. Like,
That is
some people
true.
carve out excellent careers getting people to buy
Yep.
new products.
I'm not looking anywhere in this
Ooh.
room.
Bait Addict saying any ETA on the new Cyclone Mitts pads that he saw on the live.
Oh my gosh.
Let's just say they are in production.
They are. I got a sneak peek of them.
Stay tuned.
I got a sneak peek of them, and
gonna
man,
We're
Be a
thinking
minute.
we're debating on the name, but it's
We're
going to
deba-
be.
yeah, we're
You think
debating
you
on
guys are
the
going to
name.
like it?
Yeah.
It's going to be different from the Cyclone. So we're keeping the Cyclone, but this is going to be something a little different.
Pretty luxe on the interior, you know.
Really
we got
do be
James
like that
Allen.
sometimes.
Really do be
though.
like that. All right. James Allen. When learning how to use a DA polisher, is it best to practice on a scrap hood? Yeah.
It can't
Yeah,
hurt.
absolutely.
Yeah, it's not
certainly.
going to hurt it.
That's
We're
actually
still
the whole point.
practice.
Is it doesn't hurt a real car.
Yeah.
So
We still
Yeah.
practice on a.
The odds that you're going to damage anything are low, but
Yeah.
then you can put scratches in and see what you can do on
Yeah.
that. And if you can't get it out, it's not like it's on a car that you got to
We're
drive or a
always
customer's
trying new things on new hoods, right?
That's Yeah, right. if you're
That's why
trying
that's
something
why we have a
new.
pile of them that we need
Yeah.
somebody to come
car.
take
As recently
some from
as
us.
today, new
Seriously,
hoods
Yeah,
for
we
security.
actually bought one today, and
yeah.
if John finds out we bought
Yeah.
one, we're in trouble.
So seriously, if anybody is local that lives in Boise and you want some test hoods
You
to
want to
play
practice
around
it?
with,
Come grab one.
come grab one. We have a ton of them.
Yeah.
Just come grab one.
Now,
we
yeah,
gotta get rid of
Yeah,
them.
we'll give 'em
considering
to you.
he's new and he's learning, it's a great confidence booster. So if nothing else, that's great for that.
Yeah.
All right, we got Grant Hawtrey here.
Australia, Dane, that's like saying you're in Canada. I'm in New
Oh
Zealand.
my
my
bad!
gosh.
I'm
Dane,
so sorry.
how
That's
dare
sensitive.
you.
Grant,
I didn't even say
Wow.
Australia, but I did say Aussie land.
Send,
so
send your
guilty.
hate mail to Dane at the Rag Company.
Although saying Aussie land is, yeah, I know they're neighboring, but
Jeez,
I
let
just
us slap
anytime
him
I
again.
see
Dane, that is
anytime I see the JDM
one of-
obsession when it comes to cars,
That is one
I
of the
automatically
worst.
think Australia, and I know New Zealand's got
It's
a
like the
big
biggest faux
culture
pas you
for
could
it.
ever make.
It's
Yeah.
like Dane
Gosh.
thinks in his head they all look alike to him.
Yeah, it's exactly like that.
Wow. Wow, here's the bus. Just
It's like,
All right.
you know,
it's
oh,
like that
man.
time I said said valets.
It is.
So, guys, when using G-Technic C4, it recommends using W2 to clean prep at a 1 to 10 dilution. Would Power Clean be an acceptable alternative? It's for a newer year's vehicle, coming fresh from a lot, though. Yeah, totally, dude.
Yeah.
Despacito
whoa.
dropping $20.
Woo!
Says
Get
to
Dane an
get
appetizer.
Dane an appetizer.
Gazpacho.
All right.
You're too kind.
Look at that.
Something-
Way too kind.
Another piece of cheesecake before the cheesecake.
Oh my god.
This is an appetizer cheesecake.
Okay.
What would
This
Da-
is getting out of hand.
Well, what would Dane like as an appetizer? I'm thinking the calamari, perhaps.
Ooh.
Ooh.
Calamari. There's nothing like a belly full of squid before you eat.
Slice of cheesecake down your gullet.
It's a great combo.
This is a combination
You
of
can sprinkle it
just-
on top of the cheesecake, right? It adds some crunch
Ooh,
and
a
some
little crunch,
so
a
a
little
little savory
sweet.
and
Whoa.
sweet.
Calamari cheesecake.
Savory and sweet. Gross.
Savory and sweet.
Guys, this is not
Brionicle
healthy.
77. Is it safe to rinse
Wow.
off ash using distilled water, or should I just blow it off? My car is protected with a 9-month sealant.
Ooh, I
These
just had
fires
this
in
conversation.
California suck.
Dude,
They
this
do.
is blowing up across the Facebooks.
This is,
Yeah.
but Brionicle hasn't been on in months.
True.
So I'm excited to see her
Welcome
or
back.
him on here.
Yeah.
It's,
So go
it's
ahead.
a interesting thing. I actually just was helping people out because Colorado, as everybody has seen, is also mostly
Lots
on
of
fire,
fire.
and it's been bad. Ash in large quantities settled on your car. If it's allowed to get wet, like a light drizzle, and then it kind of turns to a slurry, actually has, I think, the equivalent, it's like the pH of oven cleaner.
Right.
It will destroy things in a hurry. It's essentially super concentrated acid rain is what you have. So getting it off, period, is good. Blowing it off with like a leaf blower, sure, but it's ash. It's just going to resettle again. I'd say go to the pay and spray, go to the car wash, flood that stuff, rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse and rinse. If there's a little bit of ash on there and it gets wet, it's not a big deal. It's when you have that like thick, cakey layer of
Yeah.
it because it just turns to like a glue.
Yeah,
it's
and the
a mess.
biggest thing is you're not going to... A lot of people are worried like, ooh, if I get my car wet trying to rinse it off, I want to scratch the ever-living snot out of it. You're not going to scratch it.
Nope.
Just flood the surface. Get it off the most you can without touching it.
Before you start touching. Yep, exactly.
So just hose it off, wash your car, you'll be fine.
Okay. We got Hans.
What kind of grease is best on that backing plate?
Dielectric, and not necessarily for the fact that it needs to be dielectric, but because it has a very thick viscosity, it won't sling off when you turn the tool on. Plenty of people are using Vaseline even.
Yeah.
I mean, something that lubricates. It's something that's more of a jelly and less of an oil because you don't
Okay.
want the
Yeah.
splatter.
You're not looking for watery.
Yeah,
here.
exactly.
Okay. Shiny fenders.
Man, I'm liking Uno Pure. Uno Protect is on order.
Oh yeah.
Kirby Thompson, my Halloween mystery kits and shirts just arrived. Fun unboxing it after the show. Thanks, TRC.
Nice.
Thanks, Kirby.
Yeah.
Hope you and your wife are having fun, and I'm wishing you guys a happy Halloween. So,
Very nice.
Case G, get water, hydrate the mind with quality H2O.
Nothing wrong
Courtesy
with that.
of our friends at Pepsi. Am I right, guys?
Yep.
Delicious water from our friends at Pepsi.
Yeah, we love water here.
All right. Here's another one from Curtis over at Facebook here.
What temperature should your coating be if you're not using it? I see some people put in the refrigerator. You can. I never put mine in the fridge.
Depends
but-
on how long you're going to store it. If it's going to be long-term storage, put it in the fridge. If it's something that you plan on using up within a period of weeks or maybe a month, then you don't need
Yeah, I
to.
don't ever have
Okay.
it like long enough.
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
small bottles. You're not going to have it sitting around for long.
Yeah.
All right. The
Paul
great
Allen
Paul
from
Allen.
American Psycho.
the great Paul Allen.
Yeah,
Back from the dead.
I like how it was like that one week where he's like, "It is me, Paul Allen." Says, "Love my Rupes Duetto 12E, just personal, private use."
Nice.
Not that too. It's,
Very nice.
it's a vastly underrated tool. It's a fun one to work with, and
It
not
is.
one that
It's
gets a lot of
sweet.
attention, but it's a sweetheart of a tool.
All right, Luke Berge. I got a Rupes 21 Mark II that's been dropped from some pretty high heights.
Don't do that.
The body has a small
Luke.
crack, but I put 20 hours on it since then, and it still works great. Should I get it rebuilt or run it till I have issues? Luke, that's totally up to you. If
You
it's
can
still
send it
working
to
great,
him.
Yeah.
cool. But if you send it in now, it's probably only going to cost you the
$95 is a flat rate. If the center of the housing has any damage, that's where the coverage stops. Anything where the motor is, but the front handle, the back handle, the cords, the shroud, the backing plate, the counterweight, the carbon brushes, control modules, basically both ends of the tool all the way up to the middle where the motor is essentially covered by the flat rate program. $95, includes shipping both ways. This is for our U.S. customers only. Sorry for those of you outside the U.S. We know where Luke is, so we can tell him this.
Yeah.
But $95. The worst thing in the world that could happen is the tool stops working in the middle of a job.
Yeah, that's where it's really going to
really the most frustrating thing on earth. So it's always better, ounce of prevention's worth a pound of pain. If you don't need it for a couple of weeks, send it to us. It'll come back to you good as new.
There you go.
No, it'll be like having a new tool. All right, we got
David M. Corrected and coated my daily with CQ Quartz UK 3.0 in the spring. Looks great in direct sun, and I'm often told 5-year-old car still looks like new. Nice. Congrats, man.
Nice.
Then he says, under a scan grip, however, at certain angles, you can still see small imperfections and spots. How do you as detailers know when to quit when it comes to chasing these on a regular car? That's like asking, is there a God?
Yeah.
Just a big question.
A lot of people think they can say yes. A lot of people say no. It's very contentious. Dane here himself is like that. Like he likes to, when you know and you're passionate about something, you fight tooth and nail.
I'm just like,
think of if you were that into swirls
but I
and
love
chasing
asking
swirls,
questions. So
right?
there is that.
Yeah. So if
Yeah.
you were chasing swirls, you wouldn't stop. Right?
No, the problem is, no matter how much I try not to see them, I can't not see them now.
yeah,
Yeah.
but
They're there.
you also know when to stop. Like you look at them, and you're like, yeah, I could live with that.
And that's probably the difference between me and a lot of the detailers here is I am one of those, like, some of you have customers where you're like, how do they just live with their car looking like that? The Jag, the paint has seen some better cases. I had Sydney work on. She did an amazing job. I'm just really bad at maintaining stuff. Even when I do this, I don't always follow my own advice.
But you
and that's
live
my
with
fault.
it, but you can live with it.
But I can live with it.
Yeah,
And
it's
I know
your
for
car.
other
It really
people,
doesn't matter what anybody else thinks about it. It's your car.
Yeah, and I know there's no excuse. Even with a black car, you can still do things. But in my case, yeah, I get a little lazy.
I think,
But I am aware of that, and I will take responsibility for that. If it gets to a point where it bothers me so much, I will do something about it. But hasn't happened yet.
Yeah, we have 2 cars at my house, and my new truck I'm absolutely obsessed with. So it's already, the whole front end has been PPF'd with Expel.
Oh,
It's got
yeah.
Crystal Serum Ultra over the top of that. It's perfect. There's not a scratch on it. I mean, it's absolutely flawless, and I'm going to try and keep it that way for as long as I can. My wife's van, on the other hand, she doesn't care.
Right.
So I do Uno Protect on it fairly often, keep it better than average, but it's still got defects all over the place, and it doesn't bother her, so I don't let it bother me. So I'd say to David there, stop when you are happy with the results. If those things are bugging you, keep chasing them. If you could live with it, clearly you're saying most people can't see it, then maybe you've gone far enough.
I'll
Well,
stick to
the
being
biggest-
a 10-footer.
yeah,
Yeah.
and the biggest thing is, if you're doing this for a customer,
Right.
what are they paying you for?
Yep.
If
Yeah.
they're only paying you for a hot dog, don't give them steak.
Don't give them the Roost Chris, man.
Don't take
Don't
them to
give 'em
Ruth's
the
Chris.
cold 4-day-old
If they
Ruth's
gave you
Chris.
$10, don't go to Ruth's Chris.
I might give a 4-day-old microwave Roost Chris. Over
that might work.
The hot dog might be fresh
Yeah.
at that point.
There you go. That might work.
I'm afraid to know what that looks like in this context. Okay. Now that we've established that.
Oh, the next question. This one's the most important, I feel. Levi,
Oh,
how
we're
do you
still on
feel
this.
being the people's choice for the sexiest member of TRC?
I believe it says
Courtesy
sexist.
Sexist.
So that's
Sexiest
different.
Congratulations. Member of
Congratulations,
TRC.
you're a monster. You
What's wrong with
misogynist.
being
Why don't you
sexy?
respect women, Levi?
What's
You
wrong with
filthy
being
chauvinist.
sexy?
All right.
This is not good.
So
We gotta
fun
go.
fact.
Typos can cost you
so
guys.
this line is literally from Spinal Tap. Mm-hmm. They release their album. All these stores decide not to sell it. And they're talking to their record exec lady, and she's like, you guys, you didn't think like you could release a sexist like a sexist cover and not have people upset. And Nigel says, well, I don't get it. What's wrong with being sexy? And then they all go, ist. Like they all say ist back, but he's so confused by it. So all right,
Our
Luke
next
Berge.
question here. We have
All right.
Luke Berge coming in with, hey, I normally drink regular Mountain Dew. I have a hard time finding Throwback in my area recently.
Oh.
Well,
Gosh, Luke,
we have
you know,
plenty
humanity.
here.
one
It's
of the great
easy to
things
find
is
here.
to look up PepsiCo partners
Yeah.
and
yeah.
see if you could become a PepsiCo partner yourself and purchase direct from Pepsi.
Wow.
It's
How would you know
throwback.
about such a thing?
Well, as a Pepsi ambassador here at the Rag Company, that's what I'm paid to do. I mean,
Hold on.
told to do. I mean, asked to
Hold
do.
on.
That's refreshing.
All right, AJ. If
Like
I'm
looking at
spreading
him.
paint correction between several days, can I continue where I picked off from the previous day or give each panel a wipe down before starting? Also, do I polish glass first or paint? Man, take your time with it. Enjoy it. If you're in a dirty, dusty shop and it just keeps kicking up and you got a nice layer of dust, try and blow it off. Grab your hair.
Grab air or,
You know.
a little something like O&R, wipe
Yeah.
off the section you're going to work on. You don't want to work dirty ever. And
Yeah.
then glass or paint first, doesn't really matter.
No. You can go up and then onto glass, then back down onto paint.
Choose your own
All that.
adventure.
All right,
Okay.
Dane, I'm going to power through a couple
Contra.
of these. Thanks for the great intro. We'll order the towels. More power to y'all. Thank you, Contra.
Thank
All
you.
right. Rigi Colon out of Puerto Rico, just joining now. I just got done giving the M3 a full TRC wash treatment. Coach Chemi GSF, Coach Chemi FSE as a drying aid, and Will Showstopper for good measure and tire restore. Man,
Wow.
that is all a great combo.
Wow.
So beautiful. I bet that car is shining.
Looks
a little
amazing.
M3.
See it from here.
All right, Luke Berge, best pad to pair with Clarity Cream. Honestly, one of my favorites is using the Rupes blue wool to pair it with Clarity
You
Cream
do.
when polishing
Use them a
glass.
lot.
Yeah.
I like that a lot.
I like that those
cut.
fibers can kind of get in the, little cracks and
Yeah,
crevices.
I think that's probably the best one for it.
Yeah.
All right. There you go.
Also says, anyone else can't wait till Anthony's secret sauce is available? That's right.
Soon.
All will be
Necromancer towel
revealed
solution.
at the Rag Company
The
Media
Necromancing
Access
Solution
event.
Package 1.0 will be available soon.
All right. Dan Pfeiffer says, Bergie, I thought it was Breakbuster. Must be something new. Ha, ha, ha.
No.
All right,
No.
Stephen Trin. Wouldn't a drying aid like bead maker inhibit the properties of a ceramic coating? A car is coated with Seacoast UK 3.0 plus gliss. Will water contact angle be reduced with bead maker on top? Yes and no, depending on the left and right of whatever you're putting on top. So whatever you put on top becomes that product.
last,
If
yeah.
you put a lower contact angle product on top of a coating, you're going to have a lower contact angle. If you put a higher contact angle on top of a coating, you're going to have a higher contact.
Yeah, it's whatever's on the outside.
Yep.
Yep.
So.
Okay.
Bedak says,
Bedak.
Levi, did you get my email about a house listing? I did not, man. Did you just send it? Because I haven't looked at my phone.
He's laughing about it. Must be interesting.
All right. Oh, I think I did, actually. This was from last week when we were talking about house prices out there. All right. Hans Closen. Oh, no. Sorry. Joey Colacito. I don't know if anyone's asked this, but what speed setting is suggested for the 3-inch LHR 75E?
So, Joey, first thing, go to YouTube and subscribe to the Rupes channel because we have a video that's perfect for this.
Do that.
Yeah. Like, subscribe, all that fun stuff. The answer is you're going to prime the pads at speed 1 or 2. You're going to do most of your work at speed 3 or 4. 5 or 6 are kind of reserved for when you need additional speed to power through curves, contours, that kind of stuff. You're going to go to 5 or 6, and then you're going to go back to 3 or 4 in the flat open spaces. So stick to 3 or 4 for most of the work.
There you go. Nice.
All right.
Hansi. Dan, it's a secret ingredient. It's a few puffs of his own basement-created perfume. Perfume.
Yikes.
All right, David Cervantes.
Those are
Hey guys,
flammable
hey,
now.
did he smelled it yet?
I don't think you smell it. You should smell it. It's
Oh,
bad,
no,
man.
don't do
We're gonna do
that
that
to him.
afterwards.
Don't do
Dylan's
that
gonna
to
get to
him.
smell
No,
some
it's
of.
bad.
He's got to
This
be
sounds
able
like
to
a
at
physical
least-
challenge
you
or
gotta
something. We're going to
test
double
to
dare
smell.
it?
Yeah.
It is a physical challenge. Yeah, you have to hold it all in.
You're gonna
The
regret
goal
ever
is
coming
hopefully you
here
don't
after
expel
this.
all your internal.
Don't
organs.
kill me. I got to come back for
All right.
TRCMA.
David Cervantes.
man.
Hey guys, just got here. So I applied bead make. Oh, okay. I
Oh,
applied
whoops.
bead maker, sprayed it on, rubbed it in, then wiped it off. Let it cure overnight. It's beading, but not like I have seen. Did I do it wrong? Sprayed it on, wiped it off, let it cure overnight. That's fine. It's beading not like I have seen. Did I do it wrong? Should I have let my bead maker
Send
sit
us
on the
a
surface for a
picture.
minute or two, then wiped off? No, sounds like you did it just right.
Yeah.
What were
Send
the
us
other
some
the
pictures.
questions? Would be the other prep process.
Yeah,
Did you clean
exactly.
it properly?
Yeah.
Did you decontaminate with clay? All that fun
Did
stuff.
you use
Well-
a prep spray prior? Did you not? Do you
And as
have
far as
something
the
sitting on
beating,
top?
how is he testing the beating? How's the water being applied?
And-
or is it just
yeah.
happening with rain? Or
Yeah.
Let us know. Here's a follow-up.
Yeah, that already read that. Rob Sampanian, first time catching you guys live. Thanks, man. Congrats.
Welcome.
Luke Berge, I thought about O&R. How would you do it with stripping the protectants on the surface? Power clean, Luke. Spray it with power clean and then wash it off with O&R. Very simple. Then have another bucket of O&R and wash it again. Simple. Then he goes, wait, O&R wash, wipe down with lacquer thinner. Man, I'm stupid. You could do that too, boy. That's right. Thinking smart.
I'm learning with that
Good.
lacquer thinner.
He
boy.
learning. All right. Raj, can you base a detail business with O&R washes? Does it scratch the paint? Yeah, you can. I used O&R for about 4 years.
I
on
know
my
a couple of
shop.
shops that don't use any water at all. They are
Yep.
purely rinseless washing. That's all
Yep.
they do.
Oh, yeah.
Raj, is it worth to pre-spray the panel with O&R or just use a rinseless wash? Is it a waste of time? Both.
yeah.
You can do either one. I like using a waterless wash, but pre-spray the panel always, and then use like something like a waterless as a pre-spray in the winter months to help break down stuff. All right. Kirby Thompson, what is the web address for the wholesale program? So what you want to do, Kirby, is go to business program. You just go on the Rag Company page, click on FAQ, help FAQ, and it should take you down and it'll show you. Or in the search bar, type in business program, enter. Or type in the Rag Company business program in Google, and it'll take you right to the link, and it'll give you everything you need to know, and you can start the application process.
Boom.
Takes about 24 to 48 hours. All right, Hans, whoop, whoop. My web shop that I've been working on for 4 weeks is almost done. Testing day up next. Nice.
Congrats.
Nice.
David Cervantes, Dane, did you ask about the Twisted Loop waffle hybrid towel? No go. Too dangerous for the world. That's right. That was, if you guys were wondering, that was on the, David Cervantes was asking on the
He was really trying.
Rag Company podcast discussion group.
A fun place where we all get up to mischief.
It is.
All right.
Yep.
We got
and then Luke just replying to Kirby.
Yep.
Joey Castillo,
Whoa.
$10.
Buddy.
Tomasito,
Whoa.
McDonald's dollar menu on me. What is the suggested speed? We already answered that, but thank you,
Thank
Joey.
you.
That is amazing.
That is super
We
cool.
would have answered it
$10.
for free, but $10 makes
Even
it
better.
much more satisfying.
That is sweeter.
What's my cut?
So do we answer
we
what's the
send you
speed?
Yeah.
we send you something for the so you can order your own.
You get a
Send me a
McChicken in the
gift card.
mail.
Yeah,
Yeah, mail me cheesecake.
we just
I
send
hope
you a
it's not
cheese.
flat by the time it gets to you.
No, we just send him a cheesecake card, and then
Oh,
he can
man.
order his own.
That would
We'll
be
do
the
it via
nicer
Zoom. We'll eat,
way
Yeah.
to do
we'll eat
it.
it via Zoom together.
All right.
All
So,
right.
Rob, it took me long to get used to the way Anthony looks, only hearing his voice all this time. I assumed he looked like the usual San Francisco treat that transplanted from the Midwest. But when the peach fudge grows out, he's much more of a man's man than the aforementioned hipsters.
Whow.
Good on you, Anthony.
Wow, thank you, Rob. I
I think you have a
appreciate
new
that. I'm not-
admirer.
I'm
All
not-
right.
I'm not quite really sure how to.
That makes me uncomfortable.
How to take that,
All right.
You do you, Rob. Okay.
Wes, how do I get those stubborn bug guts off when the bug wash mitt and the bug remover isn't getting it? Same for tree sap when the clay bar's not getting it. Bugs, O&R, Jersey bug scrubber, boom, done. Don't worry about
Yep.
it. Like literally, it's the only thing that
The bug
completely
scrubber does
dissolves
most of the work.
bugs. Now, if you need to get tree sap off, very simple, my friend. 2 ways to do it. One, the safe way, alcohol.
Oh,
Okay.
Yep. Soak it for a little bit.
What's
Wipe
number
it off.
2?
Number 2, lacquer
Dangerous
thinner.
way.
Oh,
The dangerous.
Lacquer thinner will take it right off. You don't
well,
need to
it'll
worry
learn
about
you
it.
good in the process
Yep.
too. You know, what I mean, you get out there.
Yeah,
Get a sweet
it
buzz.
feels good.
Start-
Your hands get cold.
you start
Remember when
slaying
Dane
out some
used it and
lacquer
was
thinner.
like, my hands are starting to get cold. I was like,
That's
yeah,
the-
keep going, Dane.
That's the death
Nice,
soaking it.
man.
That's how you
Chili.
know it's
You
working.
still put that on a cotton terry towel and you get to scrubbing real good.
Scrub it.
Accidentally spill
All right.
lidocaine everywhere, and you're just like, no, I can't feel anything.
Randomly set evening, all from Detailing World. Just want to say hi. What's
Aw,
up, man?
Thanks, man.
All right. Bait Addict, Haj, I've always used a pre-spray with O&R. Same dilution as what's in the bucket. TRC guys also pre-spray. Nothing wrong with extra lubrication. Begins to break down the dirt. Thanks, Bait.
Yep.
Raj, thanks, guys. New to the detail scene as I'm only 16, trying to soak up as much knowledge as possible. Welcome, man.
Welcome
Congrats.
to
Thank
the
you,
world of
and
detailing.
We're
Never
glad you
sorry.
found us, you know, at the Q&A, because that's what this is for.
It's a deep, dark rabbit hole. If
Yeah.
you're just getting started, it's only going to get worse from
Sorry,
here.
you're
That's
broken
right.
now.
That's
Yeah,
right.
you will not be able to unsee these things.
Gosh. He does say, is a pump sprayer worth the purchase? Yes.
Yeah,
Get a
you're
pump
going to
sprayer.
appreciate
You'll like
having
it.
one of those around. All right, we got Bait Addict.
Anthony, would you drink sugar-free soda when you're really committed to staying lean, or is it just water, flavored water?
No, I drink like a diet Pepsi or diet Coke product or whatever I drink. I drink a diet version of whatever it was. I drink it all the time. I wouldn't drink too much of it because like if I drink too many sugar alcohols, especially when it comes to like sucralose and starts with an A that I'm drawing a blank with right now, aspartame, right?
Mm-hmm.
Too much of the sugar alcohols, right? You'll get bloated and you just won't feel very good. So like I drink a lot of that, not a lot of that, but some of that, and then mostly flavored amino water. So some type of an amino acid, some branched chain amino acids, and I would drink that. with water, and then if I
Otherwise
was
known
really
as BCAAs,
And then-
which
and then-
these have EAAs. Never mind.
it's got BCAs. But before the freaking
Kane's
so
floating.
you know what? Nobody gave a
Levitating.
crap about LaCroix, right? You know, like LaCroix the drink.
Correct.
Nobody gave a you could
For
get, you
years.
could
Until
literally get,
Ivan LaCroix started pushing
you
them.
could get a 12-pack of those.
Well, he invented them, didn't he?
No, you would be able to get a 12-pack for it was like $2 or $3.
Right,
It was like
'cause it's
something
just flavored
insane.
water.
Nobody cared about them. Nobody.
And suddenly everybody now
and
has
then-
a seltzer.
So I would get those LaCroix, right, and I'd put my branched chain amino acids in it because it would flavor that water even more, right?
Yeah,
and
it wouldn't
sweeten
taste like sweat.
But then it would be like sparkling water, right? Drink that all the time. And then out of nowhere, right, all these hipsters, right, all these San Francisco people, right, as we were referred to in the
San
comments,
Francisco
right,
techies.
yeah, start
Apologies to
start
those who are
buying all the
watching. You're
LaCroix
smarter.
and things, and next thing you know, the price skyrockets. Now I'm paying what $6
Now you're
for
having
a
to buy
pack of
bubblies.
12.
Now
Yeah,
you're having
now
to
you
buy
buy the
Kroger
Bubblies.
Bubblies.
I can barely afford the Blue Blaze, the Michael Blue Blaze. It's horrible.
All right.
Well,
they gotta
yeah.
pay Michael Bublé.
Such a problem.
Yeah, that is. They really actually do. Yeah.
All right. I just got Mikey B. Just got a DA fine. I'm gonna use it on an Avalanche. Do I need to tape all the trim off or with it, or does it not stain?
It will not stain. And there's one thing, though, that especially because I used to have an Avalanche.
Anthony
Yeah.
likes that.
Really
Your
badass.
Avalanche was cool.
My Avalanche
Your
was
Avalanche
dumped
was
on
really
22s. It was the last thing I had in California when we moved to Colorado because it would have been a snow plow if I'd moved
Correct.
with it. But
yes.
that trim, if it is dry and faded, will suck up almost anything, including compounds that won't normally stain trim. So if it's trim in good shape, you don't have to necessarily worry about it. If it is really dry and crispy, like it's gone completely gray, like so many avalanches tend to do when they're
Oh,
neglected,
yeah.
you're going to probably want to tape that off. I would also say this. A lot of people falsely blame compounds for staining when it actually isn't the compound. You've got a pad spin at a high rate of speed. Sometimes the abrasion of the pad on that surface is
It burns
actually
it.
what causes the discoloration more than the compound does. Or you're rubbing that compound in real good. So avoiding it in the first place is the best idea. If you can't avoid it, then yeah, tape it. But long story short, no, DA fine will not stain trim, but exercise caution if there's kind of an extenuating circumstance. With an
Well,
Avalanche.
we'll always make it common practice to go back over that area, maybe with a towel, and just re-wipe the trim if you're really worried about, like a wet towel. That'll tate out that'll cut your chances of staining in half, regardless of what
you don't
product
even
you're
need it
using.
wet.
Exactly.
Just have a bucket of O&R, kick in it,
Yeah.
and when you're working, and pull that, wring it out, touch those spots.
Well,
Takes
and
2
if that
seconds.
finish, I mean, that trim looks really, really tired anyway. Solution Finish, our friends over there are happy to help with that too.
Well, an Avalanche trim is basically the equivalent to my Dodge Ram's dash, right? So dried,
Brittle.
so old.
I don't
brittle.
think anything is as brittle
It
as
just
a second
falls
gen Ram
apart
dash
by
is.
looking at it.
It's like a saltine cracker.
Right? Yeah, you're just poking the whole thing
It's not
shatters.
A baked delay.
Not good.
More like a
it is.
baked delay.
It's like the stuff at the bottom of a
good.
Pringles
Yeah.
can.
Yeah.
Not good.
It's the last chip
like
at the
a-
bottom
I
of a
think
Pringles
some
can.
people develop a phobia after
Yeah.
one bad experience with
That's right.
that.
Yeah.
That's right. All right,
Okay.
Luke Berge. So with the RUPES repair program, you said it doesn't cover the motor. It doesn't cover the motor and whatnot. Does it cover the plastic housings around the motor?
Does not cover anything in that motor section, so the center of the body, because in order to replace that housing, we have to use a bench press and actually pull the motor out, so then it becomes motor work.
Okay.
The reason it's cheap is because we are really fast at doing all those other repairs. To repair that center section, we have the parts to do it. There's an expensive part in there, the motor, but it's very time intensive. We have to completely disassemble the tool to get that part out, and it's also a lot of work to get that part out, period. So that's the one limitation on that program is the middle of the tool. If you go to rupesusa.com/repairs, when you click on the form there and start filling it out, down below there is a drop down. You select what type of tool you want to repair. It will show you a diagram, and it in red shows you the things that wouldn't be covered. So you have a visual of, oh, okay, that part on my tool is broken. That's not going to be a part of the repair program. So
Okay.
Right.
use that as a reference.
Oh, this one's for Dylan too.
Oh, rebuild
Dylan.
options up in Canada. No, we don't have any currently. We have an authorized repair center called Power Tool Clinic. Our friends at Johnson Research and Performance, JRP, in Ontario also do repair. They're a distributor, but we don't have factory repair up there yet. It's a lot more difficult getting the tools back and forth over the border, but we're working on a solution for that at the moment. And no, I don't have my 17 Silverado. For my 40th birthday just a couple months ago, I bought myself a 2020 6.2 liter Trail Boss in red hot on black.
That-
It is
that-
the most fun vehicle I have owned in a
Doesn't
while.
it have a heated
You had it
steering
for
wheel?
5
has a-
seconds and you changed
Does
the
that,
exhaust.
does
and
that thing
everything
got a
already.
V8?
It's a 6.2 liter V8 with a
Dang,
10-speed
man.
auto.
Almost the same as yours, but 1 whole liter bigger.
No, but
Yeah.
big block game. I know. We're all of us have big block
You
V8s.
have
Oh,
a
this
small
is a
block.
small block.
No,
I was
no,
gonna
no,
say,
all
hold
of
up.
no, all
I
of
It's
us.
a small
I
all of us.
have a big block.
He's
I'm
got the
the
big
only
At
one.
what point does it go from being small to big?
After 400.
400.
Okay, well that's BS. Who makes these rules, right? I say we all have big blocks starting at the 5.2 liter.
Okay.
Engine manufacturers.
That's not going to work out for you. Start ordering big block parts for your car.
Not going to happen.
This does
This is not
fit.
working.
This doesn't fit at all.
I think I have an exhaust leak. It's just air whooshing.
I need more Permatrex.
A lot
and
of-
just
Nope. Look for me on
sticking everything
Instagram, and you can see the truck. It's all over the place.
It's
It's
bright
my
red.
current
It's like
obsession. It is my
Rupes
favorite
red.
color red ever. Oh, gotta love that truck. I miss it right now.
Nice.
I'll park
All
it next
right.
to Anthony's Ram.
Is it parked in the airport?
It is.
Do you trust that?
It's in private valet parking. My fine
Ooh,
friends
very
at
nice.
Fine Airport Parking, who also have a detail center that uses exclusively Rupes products.
Oh,
Wow.
The next time you're in Denver, visit Fine Airport Parking.
And now you
Jeez.
know.
And now you know.
Well, I like this.
All right, we got KM here.
Hey, Dylan, I noticed Rupes recently launched the new DA-specific foam pads. What are the differences? I primarily use 3-inch, and I've always thought thinner pads mean more cut.
Thinner pads don't necessarily mean more cut, but it can. It depends on the foam material. Differences primarily for those watching on the channel, you can see there's a profile difference. We call this the contour edge. It's got a little bit of a bevel to it. It lets the tools maintain rotation in more situations that they would have had problems with it before. They're a touch thinner at every single size. The materials are all new for the blue and the white. The yellow is the same material as the previous generation. We just brightened up the color a little bit. Basically, improved versions of all things, wider range of performance, and some functional differences in terms of the shape that help you get more results out of it. And that's for the full-size tools all the way down to 3-inch, and then the nano pads are coming soon.
And you guys shot some videos earlier where I think people will get a chance to see some more of that in action.
Yep.
So
Yep,
look
yep,
forward
yep.
to those in the future.
There we go.
But after our event.
Yep.
All right, we got Ricky.
$20 from Ricky Cologne.
Whoa.
Come on, guys. You're going to need some drinks of any kind to chase all that food down.
Buddy.
Salute.
Have a
You're
liquid form of cheesecake,
Hi.
possibly? Like a
Yeah,
cheesecake
we-
milkshake
wow.
of some
So
kind?
we got a blender, and we're going to be
Oh,
blending all of this cheesecake
Calamari
together.
cheesecake
Disgusting. You're just going to make the equivalent of a graveyard soda and just
We are.
everything
You're not going to
in
be
there.
able to suck it through a straw. It's going to have to be spooned into your mouth. That'll
This
be
isn't a
Ugh.
protein shake. All right.
I'm saying chasing squirrels. What kind of channel is this?
Well,
All right.
We don't chase them
Ken
here.
says, I finally saw a post from Optimum about the ONR refresh. Said reformulated to better keep the wash media cleaner. Like in 914.
Where was
I
that
know he is a
posted?
Yeah, I
big.
never saw that.
I have not
I didn't see
seen
that,
that.
Ken.
fan.
Post that in the Rag Company podcast
Yeah,
discussion
post
group.
it in there. I'll
So
take a
you
look.
can see it.
All right, we got Luke.
We noticed they did
next.
change the color. So, all right, Luke, top 3 Koch products. I got to order on my next order. Motorplast, FSE,
Huge
and
Motorplast
GSF.
fan here. Yes.
Magic Wheel Cleaner. So,
Yeah.
All right.
All right,
I think that
Brian.
settles that. Got Brian.
just ordered and received my Rupes Bigfoot LHR 12E Duetto and Bigfoot LHR 21 Mark III, both deluxe
Wow.
kits. Cannot wait to
Wow.
use them. These are my first professional
Dang.
polishers. I just
Sweet. Congratulations, man. That's
Yeah,
a nice
good
pickup.
work.
That is
buddy.
awesome.
Buying some machines.
No,
You're
you're going to be
make
happy
you
with
some
that.
money
Yeah.
Yeah.
They'll pay for themselves pretty soon.
Pretty darn quick.
quickly.
Yeah.
And follows up there.
Brian K., what do you guys think of Beadmaker and that 303 graphene coating? Beadmaker.
Oh, I hate that
I don't want to
stuff.
toot our horn or anything, but you know,
Let's
we
just
may have
say
had
this.
something to do with
we
how
sell more Beadmaker than anybody in the
popular
world.
it is now.
I don't know
Drop
about
that
that. I
mic.
don't know about that. I don't know
Dropping
if that's
this
true.
mic
It could
on
be
the
true.
Like,
We
Oh, geez.
We
Levi,
regularly-
those are
It
expensive
was a mic
microphones.
drop, right?
I
That's
know.
what's
It's hard to
they're-
drive them when they're on a
as
stand.
the 303 graphene
Yeah.
coating, we haven't used it. I don't really know anything about it. I will say Beadmaker is just a nice, simple, easy sealant.
no complications. All right, we got Luke.
So helpful, Hans. I think your Rupes rotary got lost in the mail. I haven't received it yet.
And oh, they're just going back.
It's hanging on my wall mount, man. Britt Strong.
Britt.
Hey, fellas, noob here. How do I go about removing water spots left by a Zeta?
What's a Zeta?
I'm not sure what the Zeta is.
Britt, I'm going to tell you, man, biggest thing, try out some of that FSE by Koch
Yeah.
or pick up the water spot remover from G-Technic.
Yeah.
W9.
FSC
Yeah.
works
Both
on
of those will
newer
work great.
water spots,
Yep.
and yeah, the G-Tech will work on older, more.
Older, bit
Caked
of
in
like
stuff.
from like a year.
Yeah.
All right, Ryan, what's your favorite machine to restore headlights with? LHR 75.
Yeah, or nano, depending on the size of the headlights. Like
Yep.
some cars have some very narrow, skinny headlights now, and the 3-inch doesn't quite fit, so a nano is a good option too.
Love the
There you
Nano.
go.
All right.
Luke's secondary machine for someone help me, or if a machine breaks down, would it be better buying a cheaper machine, or should I get a Mark III and make my Mark II a secondary?
A lot of people do that. Like, you know, we even when the Mark III came out, I think when we did videos here, I was telling people if you have a Mark II, you don't need to go buy a Mark III.
Right.
The terms of performance, they weren't drastically different. There were just more features.
Did it anyway.
But when you're ready to upgrade, why not? I mean, the machines don't suddenly become
Obsolete.
They don't work anymore because there's a newer version. You just have a newer and
There's
better
an
version.
iPhone 12. My iPhone 10 is now just garbage.
Yeah, we're
Oh.
not doing the Apple thing where your battery goes to a brick 5 minutes after
Dane,
the new one
that
comes out.
does-
That's software.
No,
My
that,
battery
that,
just
does,
went
that does happen through updates. You can't update a RUPES machine.
There we haven't
Plug
gone to
this
the
in.
wireless update system yet.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll get that
Connect
eventually.
Wi-Fi.
But yeah,
Show us
that's a
how
great
we
idea.
want.
I've always been pre-RUPES. Before working for a polisher manufacturer, I was a big supporter of the idea of having a backup tool. You're always going to have upgrade opportunities. You go from a porter cable to something else, or you have another tool, because the worst thing on earth is being in the middle of a correction.
it's
It's
the
due
worst.
tomorrow, and the tool
Absolute
goes down.
worst.
I mean, we do a great job. Our repair team, especially in warranty repairs, are just crazy fast. I mean, we're turning tools around in like a week, which is great, but it's still a week. And so if you've got any risk of being down, heck, have a backup sitting there ready to go. It never hurts. And then if you have a friend come help you, you can do jobs twice as fast.
Yeah, Luke asking, do you got a RUPES machine that you would recommend? A different one?
A different one. You know what? For my backups, I've always recommended either whatever you have as your spare, get it reconditioned, send it in for repair, make it your backup. If you're looking to get just a backup and you want to buy a new tool to use as backup, the ES series is still available.
Yes,
They're about
is a good
$100 cheaper, $120 cheaper than the Mark III. It's going to sit most of the time if you're using your primary machine as the Mark III, and it's still going to be a perfectly functional tool when you need it. So there you go.
Yep.
Yep.
Nothing
There
wrong
you
with
go.
that. David.
All right. David saying, it's just beating with rain. I didn't know an R wash beforehand. I'm probably going to strip it, clay it, then recoat it next month. Okay. Yeah.
Clay will help.
Aaron's, what is your guys' thoughts on using super clean degreaser from Walmart? Is it safe for car interior? Is 10-to-1 safe enough for interior, or the cleaner itself too harsh? How does it compare to Power Clean? For Power Clean, I recommend 30-to-1 if you're even going to touch an interior, Aaron. So I would recommend you do the
Yeah.
same thing with the super clean degreaser. And if you want, get online, see if you can find an SDS sheet for super clean.
Yeah, I'm not going to knock super
Find out
clean,
what
but
that
a lot of
pH
those
is.
cheap degreasers from the big box
They're
stores are full of butyl ether, all kinds of stuff
and
that
they're-
will destroy interior
And they're
surfaces.
high alkaline.
If you've got like a nicer high-end interior, you don't want to risk that stuff.
Yeah.
Not worth it to
You
save a couple
really-
bucks. It really isn't.
Pick up
Yeah.
some interior interior express interior cleaner. You'll be just fine.
Reupholstering is a lot more expensive than a
And
safer
it's
product.
cheap for a gallon,
Super cheap.
and you can dilute that 1-to-1. It's even cheaper.
Wow. Okay, we got Radovan here saying hi from
Nice.
Serbia.
What's
Serbia.
up,
Once
Radovan?
again,
Nice.
all around the world. That's so cool. I love that.
Okay, Dane, we got 5 minutes.
All
We
right.
need to power through. All right, where RUPES maintenance and protection products are classified as middle class, upper class compared to the same that have long been on the market. TW, Chemical Guys, McGuire's, Turtle Wax, Chemical Guys.
I'm not sure I follow the question.
Okay. Where RUPES maintenance and protection products are classified as middle class, upper class. Oh, he's saying where are they're more professional than like Turtle Wax, Chemical Guys, McGuire's. However, there are some good stuff. So, all right.
Okay.
Luke Berge, man, I will say use the car wax razor blade trick all the time. Literally on almost every car I find a place to use it on. Thanks, bud.
Oh, Luke.
It's
Tyler Wood,
handy.
how often can you use Uno Protect? What is the cut difference in using the yellow versus yellow wool? Thanks.
We should shoot a video
Man,
on that.
we should.
Oh, wait, we
Yeah.
did. We did it today. There'll be a video soon. You can use it as often as you want, but honestly, the protection of the product is 90 days on average, and we were talking about this today. It actually is much longer for most people, but we guarantee up to 90.
Yeah.
You could see much longer than that. If you do it more often, I would honestly recommend using something like a bead maker or a spray sealant as your maintenance product in between. And then when you need correction, go back to using Uno. Because you got the abrasive properties of it and it is a polishing product, you don't necessarily need to do that every 30 days. You don't want to do that often. So use it when you need the corrective properties, or if you've completely stripped it and you're just trying to gloss the paint up, you can do a light application. In terms of cut difference, it's significantly more with the yellow wool than it is with the yellow foam, but it cuts regardless of what pad. The pad just dictates kind of the amount of cut you're going to get out of it, like it would with any compound. So if you need a lot of defect removal, yellow wool or even the blue wool. If you need just light correction and you're trying to gloss and polish the paint, make it shiny, yellow foam is the way to go.
All right.
Nice.
There we go. We got Colby.
Colby says, I'm an Army officer transitioning out in a couple months and want to do something in the car care field. Any ideas to what specific fields car care companies are looking to hire people in? Gosh, man. Wow.
It's hard to say. I mean, it depends on what you're talking about. If you talk about car care, like service providers, they're always looking for technicians, especially right now. There's a lot of growth in detailing. Service providers, us personally at RUPES, we are expanding like crazy. We're not hiring executive positions per se. We've hired some people recently in sales and stuff, but primarily we're always looking for people to work in manufacturing, which is a good entry-level position if you want to do something like that. It's a growing team, and
shipping and receiving,
all that kind of all the kind of the operational
company.
functional stuff. That's there's always opportunities in those for companies that are growing, because the bigger you get, the more you sell. So you got to make more, and the more you got to ship. So
and having
that's
something a
where
little
we've
more
been.
structured like that.
Yeah.
Some people prefer that from a job coming out of the service. They want something structured.
Exactly.
That's a good way.
And
to
that's
go.
how we've been. We've got the same thing in our, in the warehouse and the packing and Amazon. All those have grown.
if you're interested, rupesusa.com, go down to the bottom, and there is a careers link there. You can send a resume in.
Awesome.
All right,
we
Rob
got Rob.
Sampion,
Oh,
$5.
woohoo, buddy.
Thanks for all the great laughs.
Once
and
again,
info.
too kind.
Thank
Thank
you,
you.
buddy. Appreciate it.
So much cheesecake.
All right.
So
Matt
much.
Duffy would love for me to email him back. Thanks.
Levi, if you can get on that.
Matt, I will work on that. I have about probably 50 emails I get a day, and we
Just
are
a
in the
few.
process of getting TRCMA up and running. So I apologize if your email has fallen by the wayside.
We have done
All
so
right.
much behind the scenes.
Brian K., I meant, does Beadmaker work well with 303 sprayed graphene, or how about Glossit Evo work as a topper for the... we don't know enough about 303 spray graphene to answer that, Brian. I'm sorry.
You could certainly ask them, though.
Yep, they might have some input for you.
Juno dropping in saying hello from Finland.
Finland.
Just quickly
Awesome.
dropping by to say that I really enjoy Levi's new podcast. Is it possible to have Yvonne LaCroix on as a guest? Also, huge plus for Rupes with the new polishers and pads.
Yeah.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. You can listen to the MOS at Home podcast. All right, Bait Addict. Rupes offers a 1-year warranty on all their products. Dylan, I think you mentioned the failure rate is 1%. Why not offer a longer warranty period when comparing to competitors?
I always reference back, if you're familiar with the movie Tommy Boy, and they reference the lifetime warranty. Generally, anybody who's going to offer you a lifetime warranty, they aren't going to repair the tools like we are.
Correct.
So we offer the 1-year warranty. That means your repairs are free, including the shipping for the first year. Then after that year, even if it breaks and it's your fault, like you drop it, you can get it fixed for $95. If you have something like a lifetime warranty from somebody else and you drop it,
They're probably still going to charge you.
they're going to charge you to repair it.
Yeah.
Or in the case of many private labeled tools that come from overseas, which is most of them, besides guys like Flex in the market, they're probably going to ask you to buy a new one at a discount because they don't offer repair services.
Right.
So we could do it,
Yeah.
but honestly, we think the repair program makes a heck of a lot more sense, because then there is support behind the tool. And guys like Levi like to have the original tool, like they develop a history with these things.
Yep.
It becomes a part of you.
It's
right.
true. And then also sometimes it's those third-party warranty programs, and they send you through this weird loop of chasing things, and you're like, hey, I have a warranty. Oh, yeah, that's taken care of through this company. And you're like, well, okay.
That's
so
not us.
Then
That's
you
this
call
place.
them,
Call this
and then you're
number.
jumping all these
Yeah.
loopholes, and that makes it so impossible to even claim
crazy.
your warranty stuff. It's
Exactly.
ridiculous.
All right. Enster. Dylan would make a great Canadian lumberjack. Favorite places or trips you guys have had in the Great White North? Never been to Canada.
It
I've flown
was
over
on
it.
my list for this year before 2020 screwed everything up. Canada and a detailing event training was on the list, and it got blown up because of 2020. Thanks, COVID.
I lived across the water from Victoria. We would go on school trips there regularly. I went to Canada all the time.
You're practically
Yeah.
Canadian.
Dane's practically Canadian.
Yeah.
Dane might
My
actually
cousins-
be
my
a little
cousins are
bit
Canadian
actually.
citizenship.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's amazing.
All right. Bait
Not
Addict
far off.
says, full disclosure, I only have Rupes tools. My LHR 15 I sold was fine for 6 years. Mark III's great. Okay, Dane, let's power through.
Okay.
David Cervantes also love the Wowo sprayers. Would I be able to get some alone, or do you just recommend the IK sprayers? Thanks for doing this. I've been learning a lot. Have fun trying to get rid of me.
I'm getting ready. Stick around, man.
David, yeah, we can't sell you the Wowo sprayers.
They're no longer. They were available for
we
a
did
while,
have
but
them for a
now
while.
Buy the IK. Trust me.
We're
Go with
out
IK
of them.
trigger.
So, yeah. So
It's
they're
hard
just
during
you have to
COVID,
buy a
man.
Wowo's product or
Packaging
even.
is scarce.
Yeah.
All right, keep
So-
it going.
Hans,
Hans
Dylan,
Wilson.
does your new car have holes in the bumper? Ha 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 ha.
Not
ha.
anymore, Hans. Not anymore.
Mike
Moving
B,
on.
thanks for the info. Dylan, I have an 18 Silverado and saw a previous video where you said the same body style with the caps and the bed rail. I tried and have donated them to the highway. Did you have that issue?
No,
Caps
mine
in the bed.
Yeah, there were stake hole caps. No, that never happened with mine.
Bait Addict or Luke, my bumper's looking a little dull. Anyone know how I can contact Papa Chrome?
Yes,
Luke, I'll
Papa
send you his
Chrome at
number.
theradcompany.com.
Bait Addict, what did they change the color to? I just bought another gallon of O&R. It's just a lighter, more vibrant blue. Aaron,
Pro
so
tip, it'll still work
O&R
like
is
O&R.
going to reformulate. That last reformulate was in 2018. That's almost 8 years old. It's a refresh. So they're constantly reformulating. All right. Bob Phillips could be true.
Hey.
Oh, the great Bob Phillips is here.
Bobby.
Woolite 6-1 is great for coated leather vinyl. Well, all right, try it, man.
Okay.
Alfredo Martinez, TRC, thoughts on a rinseless wash versus 2-bucket pressure washer wash. Either one, dude. Have fun.
Done right, they're both safe.
Luke, I have a Nano LHR 15 and 21 Mark II. Kevin B convinced me to go with the 21. Should I get another 21 for backup or go with the 15? Get a 15.
Yeah, my personal favorite's a 15.
Get a 15,
15,
Luke.
man, all day long.
It says detailer on it, right? Or did they change that?
Dang.
Not anymore. Yeah.
Rupes
All right.
808 protective sealant is really nice, too.
Yeah, it's an underrated product. I wish it had a nice smell to it. But
There you go. Yeah.
All right.
Bait Addict, gallon sizes. What? Where are you at?
I am at the last one.
All right, Hakai.
Hey, Dylan, I saw that the Rupes LHR dropped $20. Does that mean you guys have something special for SEMA?
No, pricing, everybody reads between the lines. They try to. Actually, should say this, the LHR 75E actually is now manufactured in Colorado. So
Very nice.
when that
Nice.
happened, our cost, because we're not shipping completed tools across the ocean, went down. So we're passing the discount on to the consumers in the U.S.
Nice.
By reducing the price a
Got
little bit. Doesn't necessarily mean that there couldn't be something on the horizon. Doesn't mean there could be. It's just one of those things you'll have to wait and see. But enjoy the extra $20.
There you go.
All right,
Bait Addict asked the question that Dane skipped. Gallon sizes offered for microfiber necromancy revitalizer. So, yes, in the
What is this
future.
code name? We have done nothing to help create this. They're just
no.
running with it now.
Yes, possibly in the future. Bait
Some of
Addict,
these
get
new
ready.
words being
All
added
right.
to it.
Okay, guys, enjoy. Hakai saying, yeah, but a lot of companies are doing some new reveals online or live stream next weekend. Exact time when SEMA is supposed to happen. You're correct.
That's because SEMA's doing
Hakai.
SEMA 360.
They're doing what's known as SEMA 360. So some companies are doing live streams, but they're trying to get everybody to SEMA 360. We are going to be the week after. We are 4 days, 4 hours
every
a day with tons of content. I think you guys are really going to love it.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
Anthony's
right.
got to go to the bathroom.
No, I don't have to. I'm not going to go to the bathroom.
All right. So I'm going to close this up here. Dylan, before we go, some plugs. Have at it.
So, if you haven't noticed, the Rupes channel has got a whole bunch of life on YouTube now. So we are
gotten good,
producing
guys.
weekly content. Comes from the U.S. offices. We're having a lot of fun with it. We did some stuff this week that will appear on our channel with these guys. So be sure to head over to Rupes, not Rupes USA, but the regular Rupes channel. Subscribe there. That's where we're putting a ton of instructional content, new product stuff, webinar recordings, all that stuff is there. Obviously, if you need any information in the U.S., it's rupesusa.com. Globally, rupes.com. Find us on Facebook, Rupes USA, or Rupes Instagram. All the things, the same thing. If you're in the U.S., Rupes USA. Outside the U.S., just plain old Rupes.
There you go.
Okay. Excellent. Well, and as you know, as always, I'm going to tell you guys, subscribe to the Rag Company YouTube channel, but not just that, the Rag Company FAQ channel. That's where you can find short, direct answers
I didn't think he was gonna
to your
do that.
questions. I find it to be extremely helpful. What? They're pulling up
No, they're
comments.
pulling up the wrong thing,
Whoa.
guys. Where's the FAQ video? They fell asleep.
Aaron
Oh,
wants
man.
Aaron, go to the Rag Company podcast channel and you can watch 2 of those food review videos.
That's right.
wow.
Because we have more than one channel, you can find specific kinds of videos on our specific channels. So if you didn't know, now you do. Go look at those
Go
featured
subscribe to
channels.
all
Check
the
them out.
channels.
Subscribe to them so you know when new stuff's coming out. That's the whole point. But the biggest thing, and I'm going to say this as a send-off, we have, in 2 weeks from now, the Rag Company Media Access event. You're going to want to be there. Dylan's going to be there.
Yep.
These guys are going to be there. Everybody's going to be there, live streaming digitally or otherwise. But basically, be there. Subscribe to the channel so you know when it's happening, and you will get all that info. It's going to be fun. And
gonna
there's
be
going to be some
sweet.
surprise reveals that you've been asking about oh so much. Stay tuned. That's all I can say. So, with all that said, guys, till next time, this is us saying adios.
See ya.
See ya.
Bye, guys.